either. Hello.
You finished counting though.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
James' mum.
Beat me to it. Quick fire.
You can't forget James's mom, guys.
G'day, James's mum.
You would be rude at this point.
Mum,
Rude.
if you actually ever watch this, I don't really have an excuse for these people. Okay, cool. How are you doing?
Good.
Good.
Ah.
Nervous.
Yeah, it's been a pretty hectic game in the last couple of sessions, but no, I
This
don't.
is scarier than thugs.
To be honest, as a DM, I kind of feel similar. Like combat, I'm happy with, but like RP.
But people talking?
Oh God, what do we do? Am I right?
Anyway,
We're called the Dysfunctionals for a reason.
it's true. Anyway, notices we are currently on 49 followers on Twitch.
Nice.
Whoa, we only need one more for that
that's
dice
one-
giveaway, huh? Crazy.
One more than when I looked about an hour and a half ago.
That's
Hey,
Because
Anna,
I
that.
remember I said
Giving the dice.
it's gotten to, because I thought it was 47 last time.
Yeah.
And I looked, and I'm like, oh, it's 48. And I was going to mention that, and you're
Oh,
saying it's
okay.
49. One more.
There you
Hello,
go.
welcome.
Yeah.
G'day.
Yes, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. We ask around and play Dungeons and Dragons every second Monday.
Like a lolly?
So, oh, that's
Those
actually
lollipops? What do you what?
those actually look really good.
What are they?
Not on a stick.
There are like
Just sugar
Sour.
candy.
sour lollies, but they've got like a bit of a jelly, gooey, tropical center.
Oh,
That's
neat.
not what we
They're
call
tasty.
lollipops.
All right.
I live.
But are they
Huh.
good in Tim Tams?
Look at that.
No, hell
Foreign
no.
candy.
These are nowhere near as good as Tim.
Tim
Alright.
Tams are so good.
I don't know what
This
you're
is
talking
great.
about.
That's because we're foreigners.
They look
Never
pretty
had
good.
a
But they're
Tim
not.
Oh,
Pretty good.
We don't know anything
It's
about
true.
the exotic
They are,
candy.
They are a biscuit.
Mm.
Oh,
Should be able to either slam through like a whole
Tim
container
Tam
of,
slam.
or
I
you
wanna
need to know
teleport
how to
into
put
a
them in your
temple.
fridge. Leave them.
Yeah,
and just have
well,
one
we
biscuit.
have Girl Scout
walk away.
cookies.
It's true.
Right.
Tim Tam
I
like
had Girl Scout
superior
cookies, and I
penguins.
gotta say, weren't as good as I thought they
Yeah.
might be.
That's fair.
Maybe it's like nostalgia talking then.
I like the Thin Mints.
Yeah, same.
I mean, Haribo Tang Fastics, I'm okay. But
Let's stop advertising for the Girl Scouts. I
That's
don't
true.
want to do that
Yeah.
right now.
Cherries.
Mystic Monkey _94. Big
Yeah,
up
it's
to
fine.
you, my friend. I hope that you're well. Welcome back to the game. Gonna jump straight in, but before that, validate my existence by appreciating this opening credit reel. Welcome to
Yay.
the show.
I guess I should click on the link. I'll watch it.
Import my bear this time.
Chicken nuggets.
There's
got-
infinite possibilities. It's daunting.
I got the bear. I got the bear
I
Swiss.
can't
the bear,
wait for
the bear
them
is
to
with me.
become suddenly very narrow.
I feel like you might
May
be
the bear,
using
may
the bear.
be with you always.
And
May the
also
bear
with
be
you,
with
my
you.
son. Yes. Good. Welcome back. Going to get back straight into the juego. I think that's how they say it in
A juego?
Germany.
That's fire, right? In Spanish.
Um,
I-
last
I-
No, fuego. I think it's fire.
Jue-
Or at least that's
Fuego?
what we-
Fuego is fire.
Fuego is
In
fire.
Spanish.
But
Huevos is eggs.
Huevos
and
is eggs. But that's
huevos
Spanish.
is balls.
huevos is egg.
He's
yeah.
talking about German.
I don't know German.
Can somebody freaking Google translate juego? I'm pretty sure
No.
it was meant to be game, but
I don't.
anyway, last time.
I don't have time
Last
for
time.
language.
The Dysfunctionals, this group of various backgrounds and personalities, had an encounter with a group of Syndicate thugs in the Kingsfold Arms, the tavern in Trine City. You fought, apart from Brüz, who carried on drinking at the bar, but at the same time, Slip Tripplesworthy, your wizard companion, made use of a spell scroll he had acquired from Maureen Plainstrode to escape Trine to Farinloth, you deciding that the Syndicate was so dangerous that it was better to live and run away to fight another day, potentially. As we jump back into the game, Slip completes the incantation and a burst of peculiar magical energy flares up in the space in this back room that he's run into. The sounds of flying arrows and swinging metal and clashing of steel going on behind him. He grimaces and he grits his teeth, and the peculiar energy flares up, tearing through the space above the scroll and sending Slip tumbling backwards. As he does so, Ella, you run in and you kneel beside him and you help him, holding up your hands and guiding some of the magical energies. And basically, you take the brunt of the magical energy yourself and basically one-shot it. Slip's kind of looking at you in a kind of amazement. The tear in space resonates with a strange purple energy and hums and buzzes in a way that seems pretty stable, considering this is the first time that you're encountering this, Ella. Slip screams around the space, "It's now or never! Get the fuck in!" You all jump inside the portal one by one, running inside, checking each other, grabbing inside. Nuru, are you staying in your snake form at this point?
She was in her snake form when she entered the portal, which means that she will probably be in her snake form when she exits.
So just giant snake. It's like 60 feet long.
Imagine
Jumps in, like a mouth, like inhaling spaghetti, just goes inside.
Ah, jeez.
As you all throw yourselves into the portal that has been summoned, a sound reverberates in the space as your form disappears. You feel everything freeze as a wash of sudden cold blasts over you. Your body seems to have lost the ability to move of its own accord. Before you can second guess this feeling, a sudden surge of magical energy seems to sweep around you, pushing you in an unknown direction with supernatural strength, stretching your muscles and bones until you are unsure as to where the magical energy ends and where your body begins. Strangely combined with this magical surge as you are, and unsure as to what it means or what strange place you have entered, you begin to panic, second-guessing yourself. But a moment later, the energy lessens in intensity and you feel your body again, your arms, your fingers, your legs, your toes, all reforming in another place, outside of Trine. As you return to your body, you are thrown down in the prone position hard. It's cold underneath you as you come to your senses and hear the sounds of your companions gasping, or hissing if you're Nuru, up for breath after such an intense, albeit brief, journey. And you have gone far. You've gone further in one jump than ever before. You stand to your feet and look around. You're in a large dark stone chamber, dome-like, with glowing lanterns periodically placed around the curved walls that surround you. You are standing in the center of the space, surrounded by a circle of mosaic-like tiles which appear to make a strange pattern of arcane runes, glyphs, and shapes. Anyone who glances at Slip at this point see his eyes widen in recognition. Beyond this raised circular platform, you can see rows and rows of strong wooden shelves. A library. The shelves of books around you create narrow corridors of space which all meet at the platform on which you now stand. Almost as if this kind of teleportation circle you're standing on is the center spoke of a wheel, and the shelves form spires going out in every direction. Ella, as soon as you see these bookshelves, you get your bearings. You've never been on this platform because it's out of bounds for Acolytes of Helm, but you know exactly where you are. You are at the Temple of Helm Library in Farinloth. All of you immediately hear the sound of gasping as a number of blue-cloaked acolytes you can see in various spaces in this library, in the midst of various forms of study, look up and they gasp. One runs into an adjacent corridor. So a couple of individuals come in, one of whom it appears to be a lower acolyte dressed in blue robes that kind of are formed of a tabard with a kind of almost like a two-tone sort of piece of material in two different tones of blue, and then a sort of more of a skirt thing for, covering the legs, with a sort of simple kind of sash belt sort of thing holding it all together. The second individual is a high elf male. And his robes are of a similar design but more ornate. There's a kind of silvery pattern embroidered into an upper sort of doublet that kind of belies a sort of advanced sort of rank. He steps up the stairs that are immediately between you and the main entryway into this library that leaves a space into the adjacent kind of corridor. He comes towards you, and as he gets closer, you can see light-coloured skin, a pair of half-moon spectacles that aren't completely circular but like semicircular in the glass design. He kind of tilts his head back so he can focus on you through the glass. His hair is kind of thin but long and brown, faded into greys. Even amongst the Eldar, you get the sense that this is quite an old figure. He comes up, his eyebrows raised, but his eyes still sort of half shut, trying potentially to put himself off as being authoritative, but also he can't hide his surprise. He comes up to you on the platform, looks around, says, "This hasn't happened in a long time. Who are you? And why do you have a giant snake?"
Hello.
Apologies for the intrusion.
Nuru realizes she's still a giant snake, and she will boop back into a cat, and she's like, "Sorry, didn't mean to startle anyone. I'm just a cat."
You kind of look around, Nuru, and you see there's a lot of startled people just because of the fact that in the last few seconds, half a dozen, 10 people have just appeared in a space. The elven male looks at you, says, "Well, you'll forgive my acolytes for being surprised. My name is Cheryl Novaste. I am the master of the..." He looks at you, Ella, and does a double take. "Ella Ickleberry."
Hi. How you doing?
I knew that you had left Farinloth, but I hadn't anticipated your return to be in such style.
Well, you know me, I do like to do things big and fabulous.
Ever the Ickleberry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nuru would like to insight this guy and his relationship with Ella.
Go for it.
Okay.
Roll an insight check.
Relationship with the accused.
She rolled a 1, so
I
she has
meant
no
to
idea.
defend it.
What?
Yeah,
Wait, you don't crit fail skill
in a
checks though.
bar.
So what's your modifier?
Oh well.
There's
Okay.
no
Well.
anything, but
It's a 7 then.
7.
Wait. Yeah, 7. Probably still not able to tell much.
He's clearly demure. He's clearly trying to stay composed. He seems pretty relaxed. Who's got what passive insight of anything half decent? If you got passive insight of like 12 plus, you'll see that he's
14.
clearly.
Oh well, I have
Passive
passive
14.
insight of
Yeah,
like.
Yeah, you didn't have
16.
to roll.
Yeah.
Actually.
Make use of your passive numbers. Tell me what they are. Remind me.
Okay, it's a passive insight of 16.
You can definitely tell that from his change of sort of demeanor, he's surprised to see Ella here. He knows who, he recognizes Ella. Yeah, he kind of looks.
Like, am I correct in assuming he doesn't particularly like Ella?
From that passive score, but also in conjunction with your roll, you're not sure of his opinion on Ella. You just feel he knows her.
Okay.
Don't know
that's
how much
fair.
Nuru knows about Ella's past, but
Okay.
yeah.
What a 19
She
again.
knows not very much, but yeah.
A 19. I don't know. Ella, give me a hand here. You were a slightly rebellious child at times. Do you think that's fair, or?
Yeah, she was quite a mischief maker.
Apparently flashy.
A mischief maker, that
That-
the look of recognition in this elf's eyes is one of, oh.
She's still a good guy.
The hard work is back.
Effectively, it's like,
dear,
oh, it's
man.
it's lovely to see you, and he's trying to give the good graces as he kind of indicates to you to come down the stairs. Why don't you come down into one of our holding chambers, and we can discuss the circumstances of your sudden appearance and return, Ella.
I don't want
Please follow me. He kind of
Okay.
indicates you to come down the stairs with him, and the other acolyte kind of like awkwardly looks at you guys as you walk. He leads you into a central
I don't
kind
like
of corridor.
what's happening.
He turns right. It's a fairly straight corridor that leads into several other spaces. A central sort of space flanked by moderately kind of like dark walls, but then high kind of reaching up to a high ceiling, stained glass windows on either side, a kind of central entrance chamber designed to be impressive, with a large, on the right hand side you can see, actually, those of you who have been to the temple at the top of the Trine Mountains, there's a similarity in the architectural sort of layout, in that it's a central space. There's on the right hand side as you walk in, there's a large circular sort of stained glass design over an altar, over a raised dais. But compared to the Trine Temple, this is far larger, far more elaborate. There's gold
Far more
gilding
kept
amongst the walls, and there's decorations. You can see a large statue on the left-hand side of the front of this space of a humanoid form with huge armor and a massive shield with an eye emblazoned on. Ella, you know that as the temple's depiction of the god Helm. Everyone else, the Eye of Helm is fairly well known in this setting. Like,
I don't know Jack though.
Yeah, that's true. He leads you through to the other side into a small chamber that you get the feeling is used either for more intimate sort of prayer and reflective services, but it also doubles up as effectively a meeting hall. It's a circular dome-like chamber, and there's a bench running around the outside of it that makes for seating where everybody can see each other. There's a small sort of mosaic circular tile on the middle that isn't dissimilar to the style of the teleportation circle you've just come through. That kind of architectural style is mirrored at various decorative places on the walls occasionally as you walk by, along the pillars, sort of these different almost glassy mini pieces making brilliant colourful designs depicting various things. But in this smaller space, half elf sits down, Cheryl, and invites you to join him. Well, the circumstances aren't ideal, or expected, I should say. But all are welcome in the Temple of Helm, even those acolytes who have been on journeys and are welcome to rest here.
Yeah. Apologies for that intrusion. We were kind of in a pickle, and
It certainly would appear
saved
so.
our bacon.
Well, I'm happy to help. You look, kind of looks at you, Kyro. You look as if you've, yes, you look hurt. Is there any aid that myself or any of my clerics can offer you? Ella, yes.
I'm in aid.
You are.
I need aid.
You need aid.
Yes.
Oh, all right. It's been a while. It's
She's
good.
a
It's good.
very capable cleric.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Just
So is he.
Oh, hello. My name's Brüz.
Bruce. It's good to meet
It's
you.
nice.
Yes.
Well-
And you. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention before when you said your name was.
Oh, my name. My name is Cheryl Novaste. Cheryl Novaste. If you need spelling, I can give it to you
Yeah.
for your
No,
notes.
that's fine.
Cheryl.
I'm sure I would remember now.
All right.
It's got the L ending.
Well,
Good to
Cheryl
meet you,
Nervous
Cheryl.
Tick.
Bruce,
It's-
all are welcome
It's like
under
how
the
they
protection
say
of the
that
temple.
Cheryl isn't supposed to be pronounced.
Well, thank you.
Sorry, I should get the names of all of your companions. Obviously, I'm already acquainted with Ella. Bruce points at you, Nuru.
Yes.
I'm Nuru, Blunderbottom. Pleasure.
Goes around to
Holds
Kira.
out a paw.
Yeah. Points to you, Kira.
Kyro.
She's left hanging.
Oh, okay. Sorry, spell. He shakes your hand. Says, all are welcome at the temple.
Okay.
And what's your name?
I already said my name. It's Kyro.
Welcome. We don't often see members of the Eldar from the Underdark, and I can only offer my welcome to you. If you're in need of any healing, I can summon for our clerics. Anyway, points to you, Eirys.
Eirys.
Good. It's good to see you. You people do seem to have picked up some pretty heavy damage. He kind of turns to the acolyte next to him and says, it might be worth, Cyril, it might be worth getting some of our clerics in here, just to get some rudimentary healing off. Kind of nods and kind of doubles out of the space. I hope you don't feel it presumptuous for me to summon my clerics. If you think it inappropriate.
Oh no, I'm more than comfortable letting the load be.
You all right, Kyro?
What? Yes, I'm fine.
Okay.
He's not fine.
Who is still in need of aid?
Well, I'm sure we'll have enough magical energy to deal with you. We're not usually in a position where we are needed quite so urgently. So there are plenty of us. Anyway, points to Arthrin.
It's not urgent.
Points to Arthrin. Says, "What's your name?" Arthrin Waterleaf. Hi, from Trinstone. Shakes his hand. Okay. Don't often see people from those newer settlements. Points to you, Yell.
Zarek.
What are you whispering?
Zarek. Well, welcome. Good to see you. And he goes around to everybody else. Kylan stands up, says, "Yes, Kylan Sterncrest. I'm the a retired, as you can see, I'm a retired captain of the guard, and my family and I kind of look. Maureen kind of gives him a cutting glance in family. My companions and I would seek shelter at maybe the guardhouse. Is the Empire is stationed here?" Cheryl nods. Yeah, we have a guardhouse. We have a regular patrol in the area, and if you need directions, that won't be necessary. I've been to Farinloth before. I know where I'm going. Very good. As at that point, the door opens and a number of individuals walk in, females, and they're
Get away! I want to go. I can't. I'm calm.
their kind of tunics and skirts are of a similar design to the others that you saw in the library, blue, but they're a much lighter color, light blue, and then a couple of pieces of the sashes around are just completely white. Ella, you recognize this uniform. There are 2 humans and a gnome.
Do I recognise the gnome?
It's your mum. They step inside the space. They have their hands raised in a sort of penitent, being in the presence of the master of the temple. And the last figure to come in is your mum. She comes in with that penitent expression. She looks up around the room. She makes eye contact with you, and her hands drop.
Ella's just drops.
Kyro looks upset.
Eirys insights.
Natural insight of 19 will mean that you look at this. You see the fleeting moment of connection between the two, and then you know Ella is more positive than suddenly she's just completely forlorn, and as is the other figure. Attention fills the air that Arthrin can't put his finger on, but literally everybody else can.
Is it like a positive or negative? Is it like a, oh god, it's you, or like a, my baby?
Roll insight.
Oh, it's an oh god, oh, okay.
It's awkward.
Kyro is
Oh no, I rolled real bad.
somewhat
Oh,
afraid
15.
15.
this
Yeah.
is happening.
It's Ella. Is it good or is it bad?
It's bad.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Kyro isn't paying attention to what's happening with Ella and her mom so much as he's scared of the situation.
Cheryl turns around. Let me get out some. Oh yeah.
But he's trying very hard not to.
Should probably get some dice out.
Looking scared?
Mm-hmm.
You kind of. Kiro, are you trying to hide that body language, or are you just?
Yes. Okay. I'm doing my best.
Can you make a deception check for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay at that.
Don't be suspicious.
15. I'm doing my best.
Don't be suspicious.
15. You feel like you're keeping your composure fairly well, but you kind of make eye contact with Cheryl, the head of the temple.
I don't want to make eye contact with him.
Okay, you immediately deflect it, but as soon as it's just for a second, but you see him looking at you, and you get the feeling like he's detecting that you're uncomfortable. He says,
"Good."
He says, "It is not my intention to make anybody here uncomfortable, and what I'll suggest is if you would like for healing, this is available to you." And glances at Ella, glances at
I'm not being
Paula.
healed by her.
The gnome sort of falters and goes, "Master, may I be excused? Maybe I will instruct these clerics to await your arrival in the resting chambers, should you desire healing. Apparently, I seem to have overstepped some kind of line." He kind of indicates to the other. There are now 2 other acolytes who escort them out of the room.
I'm going to cast second level healing word on Ella.
Sure. He looks around. He sees the spell cast go off.
Is there somewhere with a nice, comfortable chair? Perhaps you could all use a bit of a sit down.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I'm not able to offer you much in the way of what the temple can offer.
Perhaps.
Hostel Cania is the inn of the town, the main kind of thoroughfare for travellers such as yourself. Hostel Calnia. Make your way down the pathway that leads to the temple entrance and take a left. It'll take you into the centre of town. Once you're there, you might be interested in visiting the Arcanum Academy, which is a place of magical study, but also a place that sells enchantments that might be of interest. You seem to be equipped in a number of items of that description.
Oh,
Might be
it's a very good place there. Very good place. Guys, we're going there later.
Of course, I had totally forgotten.
sounds-
Ella.
I would be happy to
Mary's a
go.
little bit like taken aback by the ricochet of emotions there.
Kyro's like,
The
I would be happy to go.
all right. Well, please don't feel under any compulsion to stay
Towards
any longer
Ella.
than you.
No, he's responding to Ella saying we should go to there later, and he's like, yeah.
Okay. Well, don't feel under compulsion to stay here. The main roads into town will take you to the Hostel Calnia and the Arcanum Academy as well. Please avail yourself of the opportunity to reflect, to rest. And Ella,
Lot of books here. Can't stay. Why are we?
if you'd like to peruse the library, I can have an accompaniment given to you, a couple of guides, just to keep an eye. But I must.
That might be kind.
All right.
Are we in a particular hurry? He says to the group at large. Brüz having never seen quite so many books in one place before. He said there
I ain't in
were
a
books
hurry.
everywhere.
She looks around at everyone else.
I have no interest in reading. and I'm covered in blood right now.
I want to go.
Oh, yes, so you are. Perhaps we should get cleaned up first. Maybe we can come back.
Yes.
Do you mind if we...
Excuse me?
Once we go off and get cleaned up and such, would it be opportune for some of us that are interested in reading some tomes to come back and read some of these tomes?
Slip
Sure,
kind of,
you have many interesting books.
Slip kind of like perks up, goes, "Oh, I'd be interested in coming back for
guys,
sure."
why don't we get going?
All right. Well, for now,
We can. I'm sure the library will still be open. Let's go.
go with the blessing of Helm. Yeah, if you would like to come back later,
Just
you'd be more than
trying to
welcome.
get him to hurry up because it looks like Kyro's having a panic attack.
Very good.
I mean, your
So-
passive insight is higher than a 15, so
Yeah.
you are aware that he's
Whereas
stressed.
Brüz's is not.
That's okay, Brüz. That's fine.
Just trying to politely get him to hurry up.
Listen, he can stay, but I want to leave.
Okay. So you guys make your way
Yeah,
out of
I
this
mean, yeah.
smaller sort of meeting chamber into the main sort of worship space.
I don't want to be near clerics.
Can Ella quickly look around to make sure
Mhm.
her
Make-
mother is not around?
Make a perception check. Making your way, you turn right down between the pews of this kind of holy
Yikes.
space.
Ooh, it's not good.
Ella does
8.
not like her mum.
8. There aren't actually many people around. There's a few individuals, one or two of whom seem to be just members of the local community as opposed to members of the temple, who have come in for some quiet, some reflection, some peace. And there are a couple of acolytes that appear to be tending. One's tending. There's a couple of sort of braziers kind of held up on some fire pits with some kind of ceremonial smelling coals that are being tended at the front of the space next to the statue of Helm. But other than that, no sign of your mum.
I'm sticking close by to Ella.
You guys make your way out of the front of the temple, and as you look and you glance up at above, you can see the towering sort of scale of this construction stretching on the left-hand side, almost as not quite as far as you can see, but pretty far. You walk through a pathway that runs through some ornate gardens, see a couple of fountains magically manifested that again are their waters are kind of like pouring over the carvings of strong ornate humanoids clad in armor, sort of protective strong figures. You make your way to the main gate and step out onto the main road. On the left-hand side, it takes you further into town. On the right-hand side, to wherever. So, having escaped Trine and gotten out of the temple, the day is yours.
The farther away we get from clerics, the more okay Kyro is.
Once we're far enough away, Nuru's going to just sort of try to ask him discreetly, like, "Hey, are you all right?"
Yeah.
The moment they're outside, Eirys is gonna be like, "What's up with you?"
What? Me?
Yeah, what's up?
I just didn't like that situation. So we're not there now, so good, is
What about
my
it?
opinion.
Books? You don't like books?
No, books are fine. No, books are fine. Why would I be scared of books?
So we can give it back?
I mean, we got to safety. I don't see what the problem was. Is there something you don't like there?
I mean, I trust Ella, right? But I don't know anything about these people, and clerics typically are terrible, so... No offense to you guys. You guys seem fine. Like, you've been great, he says to Brüz and Ella. You're great. Just, in general.
Cleric specifically or magic?
Well, I mean, I don't know anything about your god. I don't know. Just clerics, not great.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Like, I'm sure it was fine, probably. I mean, I don't know is the thing. Was it fine? At Ella, was it fine? I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Okay. So we weren't... I don't know. I was under the impression we were going to be interrogated or something. We were going into a small room and stuff, and I don't know.
Oh,
Did the cleric do something bad to you or something?
Yeah, what do you... Yeah. Is that not normal?
No.
No, you should
Brüz,
report
Brüz
that.
told-
That's not...
What?
And a small carved finger. Point to where they. Never mind.
Honestly, I don't think it's really our business. If you don't want to talk about it, that's totally
I mean,
fine.
it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I just didn't... Listen, I'm very unfamiliar with your customs and things. I don't know what anything means half the time,
Okay.
but
Generally
it's
speaking,
very
in the
different from where
town,
I'm from.
generally speaking, in the town, a cleric is there to heal people.
And then what?
Say
Well,
goodbye.
Yeah. you
Well,
get them, help them,
sometimes they do it for
bye.
money. Sometimes they do it because their god says that healing people is good.
Well, yeah, that's true. I guess,
Sometimes
That's true,
things
that's
just
true.
need a bit of a shake.
yeah.
Most
Like-
clerics are like Ella and Brüz. Well, no one's quite like Ella and Brüz, but most clerics are clerics like they are.
Can I
Right.
ask? Can I ask Megan a question about Kyro?
Yeah.
How many hit points has he got left?
I'll check his character sheet. He has 26 hit points, so...
Oh,
He's
shoot.
about-
Healing.
Yeah, like, he doesn't look ideal.
Arthrin approaches Kyro. He says, "Listen, you're obviously uncomfortable.
Well, I'm not uncomfortable now.
Yeah. Can I
I
help you?
was uncomfortable previously. What?
Yeah. Can I help you?"
With what? He looks at him like, what are you...
He kind of clicks his fingers and his hand starts glowing white. Do you need healing?
Yeah. I guess that would be okay.
All right, great. Kind of lays his
Weird.
hand on your shoulder and he casts Cure Wounds at level 1.
Okay, thanks.
And you restore
He's confused.
7 hit points. It's a first level
Right.
Cure Wounds.
It's fine.
You feel a bit better. It's like it's cursory. He kind of
Okay.
like nods at you, says,
It's good you know how to do that.
"Yeah, it's good that you're with us."
High five,
Okay,
Arthrin!
thanks.
Huh?
High five!
Oh,
Okay. He kind of high fives.
It's good that
Yes,
Be
I like that
medium
down.
five, yeah.
when did you learn how to do
good that you're also with us.
And did Ella? Did you teach him how to do that?
I think.
No,
Arthrin
wasn't me.
gives Kiro a thumbs up.
Okay.
Arthrin looks at Brüz, goes, "Dude, Ranger. I learned how to do that like after we killed a dragon on the top of the mountain."
That's all him.
Wow. You've known how to do that a long time.
I've used it before. I'm surprised that it's new.
I don't remember.
I
I'll
don't
have to heal you
recall
again.
ever seeing you do it.
Well, you know, it's the kind of thing that you tend to practice, you know, on your own first, you know, just to make sure that you know what you're doing, and then when you get more confident,
It's usually best
That's-
to touch yourself
yes,
before touching others.
I'd say that, you know, that is practice. It's like
I'm-
you know,
Yes, mother
I'm
told
glad you
me
figured out how to
spend
do that.
quite a
I
bit of
wish you
time
would say
touching
that in any
to
other
get
way.
good at it first.
That,
I really wish you'd say that
Can
any
lead to,
other way than the way you said it
some,
just now.
Why?
Arthrin makes an insight on everybody, and his eyes sink. He's like, "Oh God, that's not what I meant."
Kira doesn't know what you're talking about. He's just like, good, I'm glad you learned how to do that.
Cool. You guys make your way into town. Standard fare. You can see the smoke rising from a blacksmith. There's a number of shops around. You can see one particularly colourful sign that's for a bakery. And then,
Thank you, Ella.
yeah, in the adjacent sort of spaces.
I thank Ella.
Great.
She healed me 20 HP.
Magic, well done. There's a stables. There appears to be an apothecary run by a kind of very old, seemingly human woman. You see her kind of walk inside, and the doorway is open, but with hanging beads in the doorway. You make your way. Well, the space is yours, but which direction would you like to go?
Ella's just gonna start running towards the shop.
The academy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys in this central space, you take a right turn down a road. It takes you through a number of shale-roofed wooden boards, stone kind of reinforced houses that appear to be residential for the most part, but then the kind of road opens up wider and you can see rising ahead of you a larger building of a similar kind of design. It seems in some ways diametrically opposed to the sort of religiously inspired architecture of the temple, to be more of sort of a practically designed, almost larger homestead. You get the sense that it would work as almost like a hotel, but that's been converted into effectively a place of study, of learning. Ella makes her way to the left-hand side of this building to a sort of annex that's built on the side. There's a door.
Ella, hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Pull out the
I'm still
pouch
covered
and
in
dish out
blood.
the money that we've already dished out.
Oh!
It's like, ooh, got some money.
Oh yeah, me too.
Thank you.
I guess this is the point in time in which I give her. Are we pausing to give each other things now?
Yeah, you can do that now if you want.
Is that
Ella's
what's
like
happening?
hopping on the spot, by the way.
Okay.
Very eager to get moving.
Oh
again.
yeah, I got some stuff off of the corpses also. He fishes around,
Cool.
takes out some of the stuff. There's some pouches and a book. He's like, I got this off of the mage. I'm sorry that you got hit by the fire, and hands her the book.
She stops hopping. Oh, Kyro. Thank you. Don't worry about the mage. I'm fine. I'm here. It's cool.
That's good.
Thanks. Thanks for the book. Do you want a hug? High five, fist bump?
Yeah. He is just okay. He hugs her, kind of awkwardly.
Yeah.
I thought I wasn't allowed to touch you.
Wow.
I'm not made of glass.
Okay. There was a point in time in which he patted your head and you seemed offended,
Oh!
but that was
No,
back in the past.
that's
So
patting the head. That's patting head. That's different to a hug. Kyro.
is it? He was like, okay.
Hugs are completely acceptable. You can hug
Really?
anytime.
That seems backwards, but okay.
It's because when you pat them on the
That's a
head, you're
dangerous
drawing attention
open-ended
to your
offer
height
there.
difference.
Oh
It's like saying, haha, I'm taller.
no. I mean, I am, but that's not really important.
That's the right idea to have.
Can we go?
Yes, as
Yeah, let's go.
Ella kind of leaving a kind of cloud dust behind, Eirys, Kylan, and Maureen and Theo approach behind you. Say,
He likes Ella a lot.
Eirys, I'm obviously happy with you doing whatever you like while we're here, but we're going to make our way to the guardhouse and inquire within for some lodging. Might be able to get you some free rooms if you want. But
I
for
appreciate
us,
that.
okay, I'll see what I can do. Maybe have Ella message us later for the sake of communication. But we'll
Either that or I'll come and find you.
yeah, we're going to stay in the guardhouse and get some rest. It's been quite a crazy morning. So if I don't get the opportunity, if no one else, I don't know if anyone else is with Eirys at this point, but he's gonna
Oh, no.
express my gratitude to you and your companions for helping us get out. Appreciate
Sure
it.
is
I'm
just
happy for you.
surprised he was hugged.
No problem.
Kind of like reaches up, claps Nuru on the shoulder.
She looks very happy, actually.
Oh yeah, you did a good job as well.
Oh, thank you.
We all did good jobs. Not everyone.
Yeah, we're a real team and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's great and just destroying people.
Well, I guess so.
I didn't really mean to word it like that, but you know what I mean.
Okay.
Still a bit dysfunctional then.
That's one way I'd put it. Take care, Yell, and thank you.
Kylan,
Yes.
take care of them. You may
More-
not have seen the last of the Syndicate, but I think you're okay for now. But take care of them.
He nods. Maureen kind of like reaches around
Don't
his,
go running
his
up on
shoulder.
roofs without your armor on.
Definitely what he said.
Maureen kind of
Did
reaches
you
around
do
his
that?
shoulder and
He did. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
You left Maureen in a room by
You
herself.
can't turn into a giant snake.
no.
You've just got your flesh body. You gotta take care of that.
Snakes are made of flesh, also.
Yes.
Well, yeah, there's more of it. That's the point.
Yell is quite quiet during this conversation about armor, as he owns none.
Do you need some? I have an extra
No.
pair.
No,
I have extra armor.
I get a con bonus for not wearing armor.
To be fair,
Barbarian
one
man.
of the first times we met Yelly came down in nothing but a bedsheet, so
I-
he's not in a position to talk.
I guess I just sort of didn't worry about it because you seemed unconcerned.
I am unconcerned.
Well, then it's fine.
Kylan,
He's a
Maureen, and Theo
barbarian.
Jr. bid you all farewell and make their way to the guardhouse, perhaps touch base later. All the
Yeah.
others, Slip goes with them as well. He'll just go like, well, fucking hitting the tavern. See yous
Bye.
later. All right.
Wave.
So the 7 of you.
Goodbye.
Going to retrieve Ella because she's run off.
What?
Yeah.
Or chase
No!
after Ella.
Wait, where'd
gone
Ella
to
go?
the
Did she
really
enchanting
go?
shop.
Where'd Ella go?
Oh man,
She started running off to the enchanting shop.
That's
we
true.
can't let her just run off by herself.
Nope.
Too late, she already has.
Yeah.
Damn it.
We were speaking to Kylan, she's gone.
Is Yell gone as well?
I'm now chasing after Ella.
Should I look at Eirys
She just stares blankly back at you.
and I look back at Yell? I'm like,
Well-
should we go after? Is it? I don't know what's
I
happening
mean,
right
you
now.
guess can join if you want,
Bruce's
but I'm gonna make
turn
sure
and
she's alright
walk
as I'm
out.
yelling as I'm running backwards.
Right.
Guys, can we run
Okay. I guess. I guess we don't have. I guess we don't have to go after. Okay. I'm just gonna be quiet now.
I mean,
Arthur,
if I go into a shop looking like this, I'll just scare the locals, so...
It's very true.
Oh.
I think I'm
That's a good
still
point.
dripping. I'm literally still dripping blood.
Yeah.
Yell is also
We should
covered in
deal with
blood
that.
and wielding a giant two-handed great axe.
I mean, Yell is also doing that, but he is also has a beautiful face, so who knows? Maybe it'll be fine.
You guys are gonna
Um,
head. So your options are: you can double back to the guardhouse with Kylan and the others. You can go to the tavern with Slip or Ella's.
Is Nuru still with us, or did she go after Ella?
I don't think she knows where Ella went.
She ran off, and then Yell went after her.
I think I'll stick with you guys.
Okay. Just wondering.
Eirys will follow Slip to the tavern.
Okay. So
I'll go with Eirys.
Brüz has followed Yell and Ella.
okay. So I'll sort out the enchantment shop for now, and then to the tavern next. Just tell me if you're heading in any particular direction. Ella, you sprint forward towards the shop, and you burst the side door open, and they smack against these almost like corrugated iron sort of sheets that make up the majority of this annex that gives way into kind of heavy stone brickwork that makes up to the sort of height of a gnome around the back kind of section of this shop, giving way to kind of more smaller red bricks. All around you are hanging from various places all manner of pieces of metalwork, some of which are for sale and some of which are for experimentation. It's difficult to make out which is which. There are various cases with pieces of armor. There's a shield. There are a number of rings that are kind of underneath a screen that appears to be made of light. And on the counter at the far side of the space, asleep, is an elderly gnome who you recognize. He was asleep. The door clattering open goes hello. Oh, he gets up off his stool. He slaps down.
I give him the world's biggest hug.
Gives you a big, big hug, clapping you on the back. Well, my goodness, it's fantastic to see you. Oh, how have you been?
Oh, I've been good. I've made some friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. The door opens and Yell walks in.
Oh, that's Yell.
Oh!
It's one-handed, please.
This guy, one hand on the axe and the other just strutting in. Da, 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 da. Then looks up, just like.
He's really nice. He doesn't normally carry an axe like that. I promise you.
Hey.
That is true. I did just find this axe.
I mean,
Yeah, we got a bit of a pickle.
looks over at what the weapon that's on your shoulder.
It's like you just murdered a guy.
It's
and
not
took his
covered in blood like the rest of me.
It might. Well, it
That's
might be.
this one.
Might be interested in acquiring some of these pieces. Listen, if I had a silver for every adventurer folk who came in here, I'd have at least 3 silver. All right? I think I know what I'm talking about.
Is that before me and Ella came in? Because, I mean, we count as 2.
Anyway, welcome to the Arcanum Academy Enchanting and magically manifested components shop. My name is Norman Ickleberry, and I'm not sure if you've quite pieced this together, but Ella is my granddaughter.
You have the last. Oh, Ella, what's the relation? What's the relation?
Ella is my granddaughter.
He's my grandpops.
That's right. In fact, do you know what? Alston! He kind of gets up and goes, wait right there. Doubles up into the adjacent chamber. There's a...
Brüz walks in about now, finally sort of have you got in here? Yell?
Oh,
Ella?
hey, Brüz.
Hey, Brüz.
Oh, there you are. There. I thought you'd Where are we?
We are in my grandpop's shop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he also a gnome?
He is, yes.
And Brüz starts like looking around under his feet to make sure he's not stepping on anything.
Yeah. There appears to be there's nearly like, you nearly do step your feet into a boot that appears to have wheels on it. You kind of move that around, kick it away, rolls away.
The
door.
wheels and hooves do not consume. No.
You hear the sounds of excited feet jogging down the adjacent corridor behind the counter, and then what's fun is about this counter is obviously it's high enough for a standard humanoid, and it's got one of those gaps in with just the board over the top that humans would kind of have to pick up and move up like that to walk through. But these gnomes, they don't need to. They just run straight underneath it. Yeah. Excuse me, just bear with me. Norman, the elderly gnome, and 2 other male gnomes who are adult, sort of middle-aged-ish, run through. Ella, you see Dad and Uncle Kelzu run into the space. there's a strong connection to Ella's sort of glint of mischief that you guys are used to seeing in her eye, in the gaze of Kelzu Ickleberry. Oh, sorry, not Kelzu Ickleberry. Yeah, actually, no, Ickleberry is the father's side. I'm being stupid. He kind of looks and goes, "Oh, Ella, hello!" He kind of comes up, and it's a similar sort of embrace to Grandpa, except a bit less rough and a bit more affectionate.
I love
And
gnomes.
he kind of reaches in and he tries to heave you up, but because of the armor that you're wearing, he doesn't quite get you off the ground. He goes, oh, it's wonderful to see you. Wonderful to see you. Alston's on the side. He kind of reaches up and he touches your cheek quietly and goes,
Oh. And I just give him a big hug, just a very gentle big hug.
yeah,
and
he
I
kind
just.
of,
So she kind of almost snuggles into him.
he snuggles back. There's a kind of like little burying of the head into the sort of neck sort of space, and he doesn't say anything, but there's a moment where his body shakes, and you're not sure if it's a sob or not. He kind of releases, lets go, just like, it's good to see you. Welcome home.
Oh,
Yeah. Good to see you. Oh, Pops, I've missed you. Did you receive my stone? Oh man, you didn't receive my stone.
The stone, yes, you're right. Yeah, we did. In fact, yeah, you might be interested in this. And Grandpa kind of goes, yeah. Kind of reaches back and he picks it up. It's like, this is the stone that you sent us. And we've managed to manifest the effect onto other stones, and we're actually selling them. We've managed to replicate the effect.
Hang on. So you replicate
Oh, hang on.
a
Wait.
normal stone.
Hang on. I'm forgetting what you sent them.
I leave you guys for a couple of months, and you go. What? Oh my
That's
God.
a DM error. That's me being stupid. No, you just sent them a stone, didn't you? It wasn't magical or anything, was it? I thought you sent them a sending stone.
No, she just
that would make sense.
Yeah.
No.
It's a pretty
It's just
stone.
a rock.
It was just a rock. Yeah.
We figured out a way to make it duplicate itself.
No, wait.
Mhm.
It's not just a rock. It's a very special rock that
Yeah.
Ella sent them.
Yeah. So yeah, they've.
Gnomes
I
like rocks.
believe it was that stone.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, that's right. You see your dad quietly kind of shift into his pocket and reach it out and hold it up. He's been keeping it with him ever since. That's fine. Just as a reminder, if you're not talking and if there's background noise,
I'm gonna
muting
mute.
is always
Yeah,
a good
sorry about
idea.
that.
That's fine. It just helps out the stream. Thanks for your patience. Cool. So, yeah. Where are we? Norman kind of like welcomes you all in, goes, well, if you're interested in acquiring anything, just let me know, all right? Austin, Kelsu, if you want to spend some time with Ella, then that's fine. Anything that we can do to help, we're more than welcome to help. More than happy to help.
Well, my friend Yo, he's probably got a few bits and bobs that you might want to sell, or you
Happy to do
Looking for
whatever business you like.
for him.
It looks like you guys have been in some kind of trouble. Is there something nearby that's dangerous, or maybe not dangerous anymore, or?
Not nearby.
No,
We were in Trine, and now we're here.
we're here. Okay, we
Teleportation.
went for a teleportation cycle.
What she said?
It was so freaking awesome. We went for a teleportation circle.
Reaches up,
Helped with it.
reaches up to the desk behind and pulls out an old tome. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
How? Wait a minute.
Because she's awesome. That's how.
Kind of reaches to the side where you keep your spell book. Kind of pulls it out and looks inside and...
She's giggling.
No! Oh, no, 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 no. Yes, yes, brilliant. Claps you on the shoulder like...
Grandpops, don't tell Mum. Don't tell Mother.
Oh, does she not know?
If she knew, she would kill me.
You have my word. You have my word as the Elder Ickleberry.
She already hates my guts as it is.
Well, that's not news to anybody, but no. Oh, goodness, no. She's not going to like this one bit. Yep, he kind of glances up and sees his son, your dad, there, and he's just got a very sort of bewildered look on his face. Kind of goes,
Pops, Pinky
Yeah.
promised me. Pinky promised me. You're not going to tell Mother.
But the pinky promise is so binding, you know. Begrudgingly sticks out his little finger. His little finger. Finger. And promises, you have my word.
That's how the Ickleberries
You
do
have
it.
my word. I will not tell your mother. And let's be honest, Ella, I don't really speak to your mother.
Oh.
Or at least... Looks at Dad. Dad looks back. Dad, come on. We're on perfectly amiable terms. It's been a while since I last visited.
Yeah, fair enough. Same here. Anyway,
Yes. Sorry. Business?
business.
Would you be interested in seeing our stock? Might be able to arrange some kind of family discount.
Sounds good to me.
So, he shows you the stock, and it's the standard fare in terms of you can buy general greater. There's 3 greater healing potions in stock and 1 superior healing potion in stock. There are 2 potions of invisibility. He's also got a couple of unique specimens. These tend to be mostly imported, but he has a potion of mind reading and a potion of water breathing available. In amongst all of the detritus that surround the space, you get the sense that as you get further back towards the counter, there's a real heat. And as you look at, around and you see between the gap in the counter, you can see that there's an oven, like a sort of clay-based circular oven into a funnel, and it's boiling, like it's baking hot, hundreds of degrees. Continually being used to refine metals, but also to enact arcane enchantments of various kinds. Depends on what you're interested in. There are pieces of jewelry. There are pieces of enchanted armor. There's a shield. There are boots. A couple of different pairs. The one that Brüz nearly slipped over is obviously a work in progress, not for sale. But there appear to be a pair of boots with a pair. Well, there's a pair of wings on a pair of boots. Each boot has a little pair of wings on the back, you know, Pegasus style, or whatever that guy from Hercules is.
What is in the jewelry and what is the shield?
Oh, the shield. Oh, I can.
It was Hermes. Hermes was
Hermes.
the wing.
Oh yeah, okay. Thank you.
Boot, wasn't it?
The shield is a device that enables you to resist the damage from incoming projectiles.
I know what a shield is. I mean, I assume there's something magical about it.
It will allow you to take less damage from incoming projectiles specifically. Ranged weaponry will do less damage to you if you were to hold up this shield. Even if it were to get through, you would be more protected magically.
Could we try it?
I wouldn't want to... Oh. Anyone willing to volunteer?
Me!
I can take the hit.
Okay.
You what?
I...
I can take the hit.
He finds a stool, he steps up onto the wall, he takes the shield off. It's circular with a sort of brass bolt in the middle and wavy lines, and then straight lines with arrows on the end pointing in towards it. Kind of waddles over towards. So who's taking the hit and who's
I'm giving the hit. He's taking the hit.
Oh, okay.
Okay, take that.
That makes sense.
All right.
Give me a second, and I go into a rage.
You kind of
And
place the
Brüz-
weapon down, yeah?
Brüz goes over to,
Yes.
touches her on the shoulder, and goes, "Make sure it's a good," and cast guidance.
Come on.
If I remember correctly, guidance is on ability checks, and this would be an attack
No,
roll.
guidance is attack rolls. You're thinking of.
Isn't bless on attack rolls?
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I'm
I got
pretty
the wrong way
sure.
around. Bless is attack rolls. Guidance is ability check.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, but the guidance might
yes,
enable
the-
you to spot other things, maybe, because it's within a minute, so you can use
Okay.
that to do something of your choice while you're here. So what are you using ranged wise? Do you have a ranged weapon?
A ranged weapon. Oh well, I've got my axe.
Yell could inspire her.
You're gonna.
Come on, hit me! Hit me!
Come on, hit me!
Come on, hit me!
He's already not even moving.
Um,
Come on, hit me! Hit me!
Like his armor class is less.
Norman's-
Anyways, he's standing still.
Norman's eye
Oh,
is
Jason
glowing.
Cox.
Norman's eye is glowing with a similar Ickleberry glint that you guys recognize as he goes, "Oh, we really shouldn't be doing this. Step back, boys." Ella's dad is just like, "Well, I suppose she's the one throwing the axe." Your Uncle Kelsu is just like, "Hey, this place is a shit fucking mess anyway, why not?"
Right, I am going to cast a bardic inspiration to inspire Ella.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
You have a D8 on any roll.
So,
Any roll that you want.
throwing the hand axe,
Sentence.
because it is it's still a strength based throw even though it's a ranged attack, so you make the roll, you add a d8 and your strength modifier. I'm assuming you'll be proficient as well, so it's your proficiency bonus 2. Yal, you hold up the shield and you brace yourself for impact.
What does my AC become with the shield?
It's
Is it a standard +2?
it's a standard +2, and the
Okay.
magical effect is that you will gain resistance to ranged weapon damage.
Okay.
Was I adding my strength modifier as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe that's
Well-
+1 for you.
Yep.
And you can add a D8 as well if you need to.
Yeah.
For bardic
That,
inspiration.
that all of that gives me a grand total of 8.
What?
Did you roll with advantage? Because I'm letting it happen.
Oh no, I didn't roll with a
Roll with advantage. You can add all the other little bits on top as well.
Like, it will probably just. It's going to hit
Yes.
him.
Flies across the room. And sticks in the
Like, it's like
wall.
she's hitting a stationary target regardless of what his AC is, because he's not trying to avoid the hit.
There's
His armor
actually
might take it, but
there's actually an effect
not gonna miss
of
him.
the shield that I'm able to kind of reveal from that roll, and it's this. Even with all of the build up and the time that she's taken and the bardic inspiration she feels flowing through her body, you throw and it just gets released a little bit too early, and zoop, 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 you see it Arby kind of yell kind of flowing through this way, and as you're holding up the shield, it goes and it turns in midair and goes for the shield. It was missing you, but it turns itself in midair and is almost magnetically attracted to the shield.
Oh damn.
Above the kind of counter, the nose of the 3 gnomes, elderly one and the other, kind of keep up, and Norman kind of goes, "What do you think?"
Becoming useful. And back to Ella.
I mean, I'm ironing out some of the kinks. Must be said, I am ironing out some of the kinks. It does definitely grant resistance to damage, with the small caveat that it does tend to attract. Yes, it does attract projectiles towards the person holding the shield, which isn't ideal. But your body is more resistant to the impacts that it does get. Maybe you want to leave with me. I'm saying this because you're a friend of Ella's. It is a wonderful shield.
I mean, just out of curiosity, could I, in theory, throw it at someone's head while one of our friends maybe fires an arrow in their general direction?
You adventurers of the... I mean, I've never considered that.
Sounds like
said
effort.
I mean, there's another test we could try.
It's definitely something that you could try.
Could we try it in here?
I mean, how would you propose?
I mean, you can throw an axe.
You're proposing that you throw the shield and then the axe at the same time and see what happens.
You want to try to
see
make
if the axe
hit
goes
you.
towards the shield.
Feel free.
So if
Ready?
you're
Come on, boys,
using
clear
a
some
thrown
space.
weapon
And they get up,
and the
and one of the kind of like
Oh.
glass sort of cases for like what appears to be a couple of
have-
amulets. Like they pick them up and move them to one side so there's enough
Are you
space.
muted?
I'm
Smart.
If you have an idea, I'm happy for anybody to walk in who might want to be here because it's fairly easy going. If you have any ideas, Megan. Okay.
No, I mean, Kyro's not there, but I thought of a way you could make it increase the accuracy of a shot, which is you just stand behind the person you're trying to hit with the shield up right behind them. And then the arrow will be attracted to the shield, which is right through that person. So, if that's what you're going for, that's the way to do it.
Similar way, yeah.
You can
But
certainly
let's see how this goes.
try. Yeah, you guys are. So you guys are
Wanna give it a
making.
go?
Uh-huh.
How would you
Alright.
do this? It's a moving target. I'm going to say as Yell hurls it in the air, make an athletics check for kind of airtime.
Basically, how well I can pull a shield.
Yeah. It's a and then Ella,
Right.
you get
Ella,
given.
let me know when
axe
to
back.
go.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go!
What is my athletics? Athletics is +3. That's a 19.
19, so it kind of flies in the air and it's angled towards where you guys are standing, offering a nice broad sort of moment for Ella to throw the axe. So throw the axe again. I'm assuming all of the other buffs
me.
happen. You going to give another bardic inspiration or?
Ooh, okay. I rolled a 7.
Okay, so your proficiency and your strength on top.
+3 for proficiency, +1 for the strength. That makes it 11.
11.
Are you out of bardic inspirations?
Yeah.
11.
I used 3 in the fight.
I'm going to say it's not low enough to hit the shield, but because of how it's angled towards you guys, and you can see Ella's throw, it's going wide, and then magnetically, it kind of, you can see it get pulled towards, and instead of the blade embedding itself into the shield, it's the side, it's the flat of the axe that goes wham against it. And then the impact of that just throws off its trajectory and it clatters to the ground. Yeah, Norman kind of waddles across like, well, this is very exciting. I mean, you're obviously
now-
demonstrating that the shield has some applicable use.
That is a very interesting shield. How much are you looking for it?
I mean, I was originally going to ask for 2,000 gold pieces, given how much time has gone into the enchantment of the item. I could knock off. I could say 1,500 because you know Ella.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you're
I may have to come back for that one after a bit more adventuring.
You know, there is a contract out right now. There
Oh?
is. Yes, there's a bandit that's been raiding and plundering the trade route between Farinloth and Uthella for weeks and weeks. A couple of my supply chains have made things a little bit more expensive than I'm usually used to. Yes, damn him.
Hmm.
Maybe
Oh,
one.
we'll sort him out for you.
We can look into that, I'm sure.
Well, inquire at the guardhouse if you want to know more information. There's a job board outside. It's always pretty busy. It's full of loads of various bits and pieces. Yeah. You seem talented people. Are you sure I can't tempt you with any potions? I mean, 50 gold piece per general healing potion.
I'm good for the healing potions, I think. I can heal with my magic.
Thank you. I have no need for a potion.
All right.
Hello. And I actually pick up the axe again.
Mm-hmm.
Actually inspect it now because I haven't actually looked at it yet. What
Yeah.
does this great axe look like that I stole from this minotaur?
Make an investigation check. Yeah.
That is 13 plus. That is a 16.
You make you would expect a creature of that kind of build to be, using a crude weapon, but this one's actually fairly well made, as if it was sourced from. It's kind of a black sort of metal material that's very kind of rudimentary, simple, but there's no crudity in it. It's a basic form for a basic function. It is large. The head at the top of the stave has two edges. Picture Gimli from Lord of the Rings with a sort of double-edged great axe sort of look. But the stave in the middle is of a kind of blackish iron that is wrought with sort of clench marks from various uses. Seems to be fairly well maintained. I mean, yeah, Norman looks at it. He's like, yeah, I'd definitely be interested in taking that out of your hands if you want. Just bear with me as I look in my ledger.
You know, but Ella, do you have identify prepared at the moment?
Oh, yeah, of course I do. I can do it for you now. If
Can you have a look?
Yeah,
See if there's anything magical about it.
You do realise all these, my grandpa's, my uncle, and my pop is wizards as well. They can easily do it themselves.
I mean, yeah, but you can do it for free.
They won't charge you, but as you're my friend, I will do it for you.
Thanks, buddy.
I get my spell book out, I sit down cross-legged, and I start to cast Identify.
Are you using a spell slot or are you casting it as a ritual?
Doing it as a ritual.
That'll be 10 minutes. At the meantime, your grandpa comes over, looks at where you're sitting next to the blade and just looks it over. He recognizes what Ella's doing and he gives him the space to do this. You don't need a high insight to recognize that actually he is gleeful at seeing Ella sat there, spellbook open in her lap, identifying an object. He's there and he's like, his heart is like pouring out with like love and affection for the fact that she's doing this. He looks at the blade, he goes, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, all right, Yell? The blade is just a functional blade. There doesn't appear to be anything enchantment based on it. It's something that I could certainly enchant, maybe to make it a more powerful weapon, do more damage. For a little bit more damage, it would take maybe a couple of 100 gold of investment and a week worth of time. But something more potent, obviously, it would be more expensive because it is a more lengthy enchantment process. If you're bringing me the weapon with intent for me to enchant it, I can, but just be aware that it'll be time, or I can just buy the weapon off of you. What were you thinking?
Well, it wasn't really my style. I was just making sure that it didn't have anything attached to it, you know?
Doesn't
I
look
literally
like it.
picked it up the other day. Like, this morning.
It doesn't look like it to me on first inspection. Might be wrong. I'll let Ella finish. 10 minutes go by.
It's...
Ella, you. Sorry, yeah, I'll let you finish that. Apologies.
Oh, yeah, it was just, I have no clue myself, so I just wanted to make sure, that's all. I mean, yeah, it looks normal to me. It's not like this one put out no magic really, which is,
yeah,
magical.
And looks at that. That's a +1, is that right?
Yeah.
That's an interesting weapon. We might be able to actually help you out with that one. If you're interested in having it improved.
What's the cost like for that?
I mean, he waves his hand, his eyes glow white and then fade. He expends a first level spell slot. Yeah, that's a basic damage and cutting efficiency enchantment, we can make it a bit more powerful for, again, a friend of Ella. We could say 800 gold pieces, and we could spend a week on that, and then it'll be improved. You'd effectively be improving it from a +1 to a +2.
I would have to go take up those jobs first, but that is definitely on the table.
Hey, that helps me because you're getting rid of that bastard at Trag Iron Turn, and it helps you and me because I'm getting the... Oh my god, I've been waiting so long for that. Anyway, it helps me because you're giving me custom and service, and you're helping out my delivery routes as well, so appreciate that.
Of course.
I will give you... Fuck it. I'll give you the full 10 gold pieces. I'm not going to make a profit on it, but that's what it's worth. Hmm?
Oh, what, for the Great Axe?
For the Great Axe as it is, yeah.
Yeah. I will agree to that once Ella's finished. just out of letting Ella finish.
In a very similar way to how you saw him wave his hand over my magic willy and then his eyes flashed. You see Ella, all of the magical energies that are gently manifesting around in the space around her coalesce, run through her eyes and into her head, and then her eyes flash white for a moment. The ritual is finished, Ella, and you recognize this as a standard battle axe.
It's standard a battle axe, by the way.
Cool. I will take the 10 gold then.
Kind of comes
Oh,
up.
whoa. Grandpa's.
Oh, my dear. Kind of picks you up as you're cross-legged on the floor. He hoists you up onto your feet. He kind of like clasps you. He's like, "Well done." Yes. You're identifying items. It's exciting.
Now, you know how I'm your favourite grandchild.
Yes. Well, there are a fair few. You know.
Yeah, but I am your favourite. Let's face it.
What about Brock?
He comes very close, very close.
Go on.
Okay,
What
he's
is
your favourite grandson. I'm your favourite granddaughter.
Yes.
So, do you think you could maybe give, I don't know, say 20 gold for the Great Battle Axe?
My dear, I would be able to sell.
Pocket money from Granddad right now.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I have some?
Yo was
What
not
is
going to
it?
try and
Allowance.
barter just out of the fact it's Ella's family.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, Ella, you're trying to rob your grandfather
Basically.
in the nicest way. Cheeky child.
Oh!
Oh no! You're
What's
not
that?
favoritist enough.
2.
He's not persuaded by your charms.
Ella kind of
Yes,
comes,
Grandpa.
puts his hand over your shoulder and turns you around towards the counter again. And one of your uncle picks up the blade and moves along with it behind the counter to put it in a storage room behind. In the end, this is still a business. And if I were to sell that blade at full price, I would make 10 gold pieces. Bought it for, sold it for. I'm making no money on it as an expression of goodwill for your friend. But he goes in his pocket and he picks up.
Give you silver.
He picks up a stone that is not the same as the one that you gave him in the mail,
better than money.
or your dad in the mail, but it has a similar kind of like line of sediment and build-up of different. It's more jagged than the rock that you gave in the mail, but it seems to be of a similar sort of coloration, layers of color. Saw this and it reminded me of your gift and want you to have that. Remember us by it. In fact, do you mind bearing with me on that? You come back in, well, how long are you in town?
Oh, don't think we're going to be rushing off. I think we're going to be staying for a bit.
We never leave.
If you were around for a week, I could give that back to you, and it would perhaps have more of a practical use.
What?
For communication.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Is there much to see in this area?
Much to see.
Any nice walks?
I mean-
paths?
I mean, a few days south of here is the Farin's Wood.
Oh, a few days. Nothing just sort of within the city structure.
Well-
Brüz then sort of leans in a bit closer and goes, by the way, what? Well, I don't understand where we are. I mean, I know we've come here, and Ella is from here, but nobody has told me where here is. I'm feeling a little...
Come here. I'll show you. He kind of gets up and he waddles round to the counter. On the left-hand side of the counter, there are like almost like pigeonhole designs with various bits of paper and rolled up bits of scroll. He reaches in and he pulls out one large one. He pulls it out and he spreads it across the counter. He weighs it down with the stone he was about to give Ella, and then he pulls out the stone that Ella gave them, and that acts as like paperweights for either side of this map. And it's the Ufai map, the one that you can see on Roll20.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So, we are in Farinloth, which is over here on the west side of the continent. All right. You're telling me that you came from Trine, right?
Mhm.
Holy crap!
Yes. Yes, right.
That's on way the other side of the whole country. You've teleported hundreds and hundreds of miles. Hundreds of miles.
That's going to be a fair walk back to the woods.
I mean, if you came from the woods around Trine, like in the mountains, yeah, you're going to be going for a number of weeks, I'd wager.
A few weeks walk might be pleasant.
That's true. I mean, on the way, you could go through the Farin's
least-
Wood on the south side here, and then through the Youth's Wood here. Yeah. Sorry, what was that?
No doubt. I just find my way.
Yeah.
But it's good to know now that I have a direction to go. 'Cause I wasn't sure which way it was.
That's right. If you wanted to see some different climates, I mean, you see this jag of land here, takes you to the wastes on the other side of that little sort of spit of land that links to that sort of islet, and that's a lot more snowy there. There's a lot of beasts and monsters that might interest you if you're into the monster hunting sort of variety of work.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
Those
Why?
Those, and among potentially, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of rumours about what lies over that kind of way. But I'm not one for rumour. I'm a man of fact, a man of science, a man for whom the arcane is a gateway to improvement of life, not the destruction of it.
And you're a man of great beard.
That's true. I mean, I've actually just had it trimmed this week. I'm disappointed because you've come to visit me.
Just about to say, it's very short for you.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose your title.
Brüz is like just instinctively stroking the full length of his beard.
I mean,
Dude. So the whole time he's there watching looking at the map. So,
kind of leans over to you, Ella goes,
Oh, right.
your grandmother wants me to get my presentation going, for the shop.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, you don't want to argue with Grandma.
No,
Oh,
it's not worth it.
I was going to say, but the shop is so good. You let us throw a shield and an axe around.
Now, if you tell your grandmother about that, I am going to be in trouble. Anyway.
Noted.
No one tell Grandma.
Ella,
No one tell Grandma.
Ella, make sure you point out your grandma first.
This is a place of
Okay.
experiments, of seeing what works, what sticks. All of what you've
Oh.
seen around here is enchanted as a result of experimentation.
Talking to Grandma, Grandpops.
Mm-hmm.
Is she teaching today, or is she free?
Oh, that's a good question. I think she's pretty stacked for the day. She'll be free this evening. If you want, I can, give her a message. See if I can find her. I don't think she's free right now, though. Sorry about that.
That's fine. I'll catch her up later.
Yeah.
I've got to find Grammy at some point.
Hmm.
I suspect she might be going around the houses and doing her rounds. So.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're. That's your grandpop's Ronzu, isn't it?
Grandpa,
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah, your grandpa Ronzu.
Yeah,
and your-
he'll be in the library. He'll be in his library.
Oh, she might be with him actually. I don't know. I've got no idea. I haven't talked to them, but anyway, if there's anything else I can do for you, let me know. Feel free to stick around if you like.
I do have one more question, but this will be far after maybe upgrading the sword.
All right, how can I help?
I put out the tarot cards that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to maybe make these viable to store spells?
He kind of gets down. He walks over. He opens one of the glass cases and takes out a ring with a couple of stones in them. One larger, two smaller. And goes, well, this is a ring of spell storing. That has got the basic idea of the enchantment. To transfer that onto a card.
Or more specifically, the set of cards. Throw one of the cards around so it loops around and catch it again.
I can see how the relevant idea behind this thing might theoretically be transferred onto that, but that's something that would take more research. That's something.
I completely understand, and it would need more time after more
Yeah.
pressing matters.
Yeah.
Tapping on the hilt of the sword
I mean, if you'd
and
like us,
looking at the shield.
yeah. I mean, absolutely. I'm happy to. Do you know what? Why don't, in the meantime, if I have any spare moments, I'll just look into the evocation storage sort of enchantment, and I'll
Oh.
let you know if I find anything in the meantime. And then, if
That
I
would be
can,
most appreciated.
if I can give more of like my formal working time for which I would need recompense, I will be able to be more efficient and effective in that sort of area. I'll let you know what I find.
I'm very appreciative. Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's the least I could do. I'm happy to make new friends, new clients, and of course, I know that you're keeping Ella safe. So
I think I have discovered the best family. This side of Ufi.
Ah, you. You can stay.
I like you.
You're going to be at the Calnia later. I'll come down to the tavern. It's been a while, but yeah, maybe this warrants a celebration.
Oh, you yelled. You will love an Ickleberry celebration.
If there's a celebration and I'll love it, I'm down.
It's always a wild one.
All right. Cool. So, you guys finish at the short stop, or you carry on browsing, but we'll jump to the Hostile Calnia now, which is the tavern in the centre of town. So that's, I believe, Eirys and Kyro. Yeah?
And what's it called again?
What? Hi.
The Hostile Calnia.
I just wanna. Oh man.
Okay, you walk inside. It's your standard fare. A little bit run down, but it's because this is where adventurers are directed when they come in through town. There are other places to stay, but this is the kind of starting point. It's the one that's nearest to the town centre, and as Slip goes up, he sees a half-elf, pretty of face, sort of fair blonde with slight light curls in the hair, kind of like dull red to the lips and a glisten to the eye. There appears to be some element of shadow, so makeup applied. She looks and sees Slip pull himself up onto one of the tavern stools. Oh, what's your name, my lovely? Lucy, welcome to the Hostel Calnia. It's a lovely place. How can I help you? Well, I mean, what else have you got? I mean, standard ale fare. He orders one of them and he gets it slid across the bar to him. He passes over a couple of coins. There's a number of tables. There is a particularly large booth in the back left corner that appears to be reserved. Well, it's used by larger parties, and because it's so big, no one else really chooses to use it because it would look kind of weird. But other than that, you've got your rows of tables and chairs, and then your higher stools around the bar with overturned large casks behind, and a fireplace immediately to the left of the bar, the smoke rising into a chimney that rises, and the heat that radiates the space is warm and comforting. What would you guys like to do?
Where's Arthrin and Nuru?
Oh, good question. Where is Nuru?
I've been following this group.
Okay, so you're with them.
She's trailing after us, essentially.
Effectively considering.
And Arthrin's here? Or is he with the other group?
I'll say Arthrin's come here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a few of us.
Kind of walks in, goes up to the bar, sits next to Slip. What would you guys like to do?
I'll get a drink.
All right, how can I help? We've got an elderflower sort of wine that we've made that's fairly new, and then
Whatever the halfling had.
all right, pulls an ale, slides it across.
You got any milk?
How much?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah. Oh, it's 3 copper. Kind of.
Or cream if you got it?
Cream. Okay, I was going to slide
Milk's
it off.
fine, but if you have cream, I'll get that.
I mean, the milk's pretty creamy anyway, but what I'll do is I'll just pour it as it is. I won't slide any cream off the top. All right? There you go.
She gives a thumbs up.
3 copper for that.
She'll toss the copper, and she has her milk.
I'll
She's
sit
happy.
nearby.
Eirys goes and sits down next to Slip while they're ordering.
Arthrin, Slip, Eirys, Nuru, Kyro.
Oh, is that the order? I guess
Oh,
I'll sit.
You want to sit next?
Arthrin?
Okay, so you slide in
I'm
between.
not fast,
So you got.
so.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We'll say Arthrin, Slip, Kyro, Eirys, Nuru. Happy with that?
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
The 5 of you are sat at the bar, leaning across. It's like you could take a picture from the other side, from like where the server's standing, and it would make a pretty neat like movie cover or like an album cover for like a country album.
Aw.
Anyway, you guys settle into your drinks. The girl behind the bar kind of says, "All right, well, haven't seen many travellers coming through town. How's it going? You look well."
I'm gonna go find that table and sit over there.
All right.
I go and sit at the big
Oh
table.
no.
The
I'm
big
alone
one.
now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nuru's here.
Okay.
She's just sitting next to Kyro with her milk, and she's just like, "You doing all
You
right?"
like move over and sit next to him?
No,
Okay.
she was just sitting nearby
Oh,
anyway.
okay. He's fine. He's just not doing anything right now. I think he's gonna probably, I don't know.
Did
take out
you
a
get
piece of
any
paper.
drinks?
No.
She offers a sip of her milk.
Thanks. No, I'm fine.
She shrugs and keeps her milk to herself.
He looks like it's a weird thing to do.
What?
No, that's just the expression he had briefly on his face.
Oh.
That was slightly weird.
And she's just like, just offering.
Slip kind of leans forward and kind of necks more of his ale, puts it down. You know, I've done all kinds of magical shit, but that was something else. That makes you think, doesn't it?
Never seen anything like it before.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I've heard of teleportation circles, but that's my first experience, much like yourself. I'm glad we're safe.
It felt sort of like I was being stretched a lot. And I'm not really sure if it's because it was the teleportation or just because I was a snake.
Yeah. It's it was brave to go for the snake. I mean, I think if I was in your position, I'd probably have boofed back to my regular form before. But, you know.
Well, I just didn't think about it when you're in the animal headspace. It's a little different. You don't always remember the same kind of stuff you would when you're your usual self, or at least that's how it is for me.
Carol looks at the half-elf bartender lady for like a bit, and then, excuse me.
Oh, hi. Can I help you?
Do you know if there's a place near here where one could get, a bath or something?
I mean, we could pour a bath out for you here if you like. If you were to rent a room for the night, that comes as part of the parcel. But there is a bathhouse if you go out onto Elm Street and take a right at Wyvern. Then the bathhouse is pretty clearly posted out there.
Okay. Thank you.
That's all right. Happy to help. Slip kind of.
I ain't never been to a bathhouse.
Slip raises his arm and sniffs something. Oh. Well, it's not a bad idea. Arthrin's like, I agree. I think that a bit of a pampering might be good for us.
I just want to be cleaner.
Yeah, maybe.
And Nuru's just gonna check, like she's just gonna smell check herself, make sure that she doesn't stink.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
No!
What? Do I need to make one too?
No, me.
No, but I'm sitting near you.
I rolled a 6.
You smell.
There's a visible ripple down her fur.
Yeah.
As she's like.
Yeah. So is it a spa day?
But she doesn't look happy about this. She's like, yeah, I guess I should probably take a bath too.
Arthrin kind of steps up and goes, thanks for the directions. What was your name? She says, oh, Lucy. Cool. Have a good time. He kind of smiles at her. Arthrin steps off of the stool and says, are we going to head over now, or do you think it's worth finding everybody else first?
We'll just looks over to where Eirys is sitting.
Oh, we should
What
at
is
least,
she doing?
We should at least
She's not
let her
drinking,
know what
she
we're
just sat
doing.
there, just like watching the room, watching you guys.
Does she
listening
seem to
you.
have heard anything we've said, or no?
Make a perception
Yes.
check, Eirys.
Yeah, if you're speaking loud enough, then.
I don't think
Speaking in a normal volume.
weren't going.
Like average.
22.
Okay, so you notice a number of things. You hear the entire conversation. You understand everything that's going on. But also, as Arthrin kind of introduced and asked the barmaid's name, and he kind of smiled and turned as if to leave, you noticed that her gaze on him lingered a bit long.
Can I tell why? Is she like interested in him, or was it like something sinister?
No, there's
She's just
Okay.
vaguely interested.
there's an attraction there that you see in the fact that she's kind of glancing briefly up and down before returning to another patron that comes to the bar to pour a drink.
Okay.
Yeah, alright.
Anyway,
I'm gonna walk over to her table, I guess.
Okay.
Can I tell she heard the conversation? I guess not.
she kind of, she seems
There's
to be pretty
a
clued in.
bathhouse, but also they have baths with the rooms here.
Which one are we doing?
I thought a bathhouse would be good.
I'm in.
All right.
Okay.
Is that going to be a problem, Kyro? Or?
No. That's fine.
He's going to make an insight check on you.
So will Nuru. Nuru's insight check
Again,
is
22.
22. Okay.
Well,
Nuru got 23.
And 14 from
It's-
Arthur.
there may be things about bathhouses in his culture that would indicate you guys want to do certain kinds of activities. But he's also not opposed to going to the bathhouse. That's a genuine statement.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So there's cultural things about going to a bathhouse that he isn't sure
He's
what
not
that
sure
means
if it's
here.
the same here.
you guys
But
will...
if it is the same, he's okay with it. And if it's not, still okay with it.
You guys head up.
He's just surprised that that's
Head
the decision
down.
everyone's making.
You head down Elm and you take a right on Wyvern. The rest of you guys, as you finish in your time at the shop and you come out, it just so magically, coincidentally happens that you see each other on opposite sides of this street as there's a horse and cart that kind of clatters on its way to whatever business it's doing. You spot each other just as one of you were about to turn into an intersection and the other of you appeared, meaning that you all touch base. Everyone happy to go to the bathhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Also, he was surprised that Arthrin was the one who decided that's the best choice.
I mean,
Yeah, bathhouse probably good. They wash clothes too.
I mean, I didn't ask, but we could certainly ask there. I'd imagine they probably do, right? I mean,
Let's hope so.
Oh, did we
otherwise,
catch up with the others? I don't care.
not much point in the
I
bath.
wasn't paying attention.
Bath.
okay. So as you guys come across, out of your backpack yell, Stanley kind of his head comes out and cranes and stretches. He nips your ear and kind of looks
Hey, Mom.
around.
There's Stanley.
Slept through the teleportation.
It's been a while since
Yeah.
we've seen Stanley.
So
Wow.
it's been a while.
He's
Yeah.
been happily sleeping in the backpack.
Farinloth Bathhouse is a reputable facility. It offers 2 stages of bath treatment. The first is the borderline come in. You know, it's a feudal society, which means, you know, you might wash once every couple of weeks, like a full immersion bath, and hope for rain in the meantime. That service is a silver piece, but you can go the whole hog and have like fragrance. Oh, he's
Please
back.
don't say that.
The full hog, yeah, I know. You can have like the fragrance treatment with spa with an optional massage on top. It's an additional silver piece to have your clothes washed, which they do offer.
Free massages? Wow.
Yeah, you can kind of gauge it up, and then depending on what kind of spa, you can have the hot rocks on the back treatment. Now listen, first-hand experience. Nah, freaking pebbles on the back. It's the best. Anyway, so
I just mean now.
the half orc. Actually, Brüz, looking at the half orc that's serving you as you come in, reminds you strongly of somebody. Welcome to the Farinloth Bathhouse. How can I help? I would. It looks like you have come to the right place, if you mind my saying.
Brüz greets in Orcish and says, sorry, male or female, just so I'm understanding
it's
the
a
accent.
half orc male.
Right. Says back to him in Orcish, good afternoon, and thank you so much.
He replies
And then just smiles.
in kind, holds out his hand. It's rare to be conversing in my mother tongue. I appreciate it mightily.
It is rare to speak so politely in this tongue.
Likewise. I share your sentiment. Anyway, he offers you the service. So it's, let's say, 1 silver for having your clothes washed, 1 silver for the basic wash. It's a gold piece for the sort of infused lavender herbal bathing treatment, and then an additional gold for a spa-like massage on top. What would
Brüz
you guys like?
leans into this guy and goes, Do you perform the massage?
Well, I certainly can, if that would be your wish, but we also have other members of staff on site who are qualified in various levels of masseuse.
Still all in Orcish goes, I think I would enjoy your work.
Make a persuasion check and make it with advantage.
I like what's. That's funny.
What's persuasion give me? Persuasion plus 3, so that's 22.
22.
22
Again,
persuasion.
in Orcish. It would be my pleasure.
Is smiles and nods. Fabulous.
So it's a gold piece for the spa treatment, and depending on which kind of bathing experience you'd like, it's either a silver or a gold.
He pulls out like 3 gold and sort of gives it to him, like grabs his hand, puts it like straight into his hand and closes his hand over and sort of like hands it back.
Goodness.
He I'll retreat and prepare all of the materials, and I'll let you know when your spa's ready. In the meantime, corridor on the left, go for room 3B.
3B. Fabulous, thank you.
He's
gonna go into room 2A.
Yep.
Just because he's confused.
Oh my god! There's a woman inside in a bath who's like, get out, get out, get out! Slams the door in your
Beg
face.
your pardon.
And don't have a chance to finish your sentence before the door is slammed in your face.
3B. Me. Turns and walks off towards B.
Wow.
The door opens and there's a beautifully prepared heavy steam kind of hits your face. It's a warm interior, almost sauna-esque. Space for you to take the clothes off, and a basket that will be taken once you're in the bath, and the clothes will be taken to be washed. Which treatment is everybody else going to go for? Ella?
Clothes wash and the aromatherapy massage, but no hot stones.
Okay, so that's it. Are you going to have the lovely bath as well?
Yeah.
It's 2 gold and a
Lots of
silver. 2 gold and a silver.
2 gold. 2
Yeah.
gold. Ah.
Yep. Cool. Yell.
Bath's expensive, yo.
You need money.
No, I've got.
Okay.
Clothes wash standard bath.
Okay.
Joe laughs.
2 silver pieces.
Once Yell does that, I do the same.
I've got plenty.
2 silver pieces.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
It's clothes wash, standard bath.
2 silver pieces.
Doesn't really enjoy water that much.
Ooh, that's all baths are.
Bad water experiences. That's all baths are. Okay, yeah. Sorry, Eirys.
Same, just 2 silver.
2 silver. Arthrin is gonna splash out. Literally. He has a bath and gets his clothes washed. Cool. So, Brüz, I would describe Brüz's masseur experience, but I think that's a private matter that I'm going to leave.
Is it a?
I'll leave that to the fan
perhaps,
fiction.
Perhaps,
It's a pleasant
James,
experience.
perhaps are you making some assumptions?
I wouldn't dare.
Does the masseur make some assumptions?
Well.
That is possible, considering the heavy tipping.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, for one,
is
just
offered.
remember, how many of the rest of the party speak Orcish?
None. I don't.
I think Nuru does, but,
Do you?
Oh, right, okay.
like she's not. That's not her business, and she's just trying to ignore.
I'm just under the impression
like,
you've
so
gone off to do things with an orc.
Yeah.
Brüz has just been as polite with that orc as he has any other man or sort of variation to theme that he's met thus far.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you have
And nobody else knows what the conversation he had was.
Nope.
They just know that he was
I don't
friendly
care.
You
They were.
Kyro doesn't care, sorry.
Yeah.
I think it's quite funny.
You enjoy a very, very relaxing and I dare say rejuvenating massage. Ella, your masseuse is a half-elf young female who's very friendly, very calming. And as you enjoy the massage and the feel of the warm hands against your skin, there's a sense of peace that comes and of comfort that reminds you that you've come into a safe space. And that as you go forth from here in whichever direction you so choose, this is always a place you can come back to. I'm tempted to say that we take a break at this point, but...
Oh, yes, I would really like to go and pee.
We'll take a break. We'll take a break from the stream for about 10 minutes or so.
Right.
Well done.
Break the stream!
Anything else before I do so?
I'm okay with going on a break.
Yeah.
Does Brüz's bath story
Yeah, why
have a
not?
happy ending?
That's the question on everyone's mind.
Happy ending.
A gentleman doesn't
Is it
say.
offered?
Oh my.
No, but like, is it offered? Probably.
But if you
or not.
if you were
I
to
don't know,
This is
quiz
a
him
reputable
later,
establishment.
you may
Well.
get more information.
Palms ascending stone into your hand. Call me. Well done. We'll see you
How deep
guys.
is that
We'll see you
massage?
guys very in about 10 minutes time. God bless you, and thank you for joining us.
Back in a moment.
Bye bye.
Happy feet!
Ah, Arthrin, good to see you again. Hello, Trent. Would it be another ale, the same as always? Yeah, set it up. 3 copper, same as always. I take it that you'll take your usual place. Yep, just me and my ale in the court. The booth seems to be taken. Well, so it does. Well, I suppose you could always sit somewhere else.
I'm gonna head over there.
Oh, Arthur, wait. Ah.
Hey! The wee bug octopus rolling around the floor.
Gentlemen, huh? The day's been long and I'm in need of rest. I'd love to sit here.
Well, excuse you, pretty boy. As you can see that we've got this booth for ourselves, you're gonna have to move on.
Listen, I just really like this booth, alright?
I said, move on.
I'll move on when you leave.
Hey, we're not going to have any trouble in here. Take it outside, or put an end to it.
You should listen to the Dragonborn, wee lad. Or I'll fuck you up.
That's right. Keep on fucking walking.
Oh, Arthrin, my boy. What on earth's wrong?
My dearest Bartholomew, how I miss you. These lonely days have passed without incident, and the towers of Valence Kier rise so high in the sky, yet so detached from the mire below. I wish so much for us to be together, but the only way we can contact each other is through shadowy deals made with roguish delivery boys who have more courage than sense. I urge you to make your way to Valence Kier so we can meet. I don't care what my father says.
What are you doing? Whoa! Whoa! Calm down!
Oh, Arthrin.
What were you doing? Were you reading something?
Doesn't matter what I was doing.
Is that the letter?
No.
It is, isn't it?
No.
I bet it is.
It isn't.
So, what is it then?
It's nothing.
Are you sure it's nothing? Because it looks to me like you're reading this letter. Are you hoping for a romantic story of two star-crossed lovers or something? I wouldn't have thought it of you, Eirys. Or not! Or not!
You didn't see this.
I didn't see this.
This never happened.
Right! Never happened. Absolutely.
Go back to sleep.
Back to sleep. Uh-huh. Yep. Whew. Okay. I'm just gonna... Well... Yeah.
Yours, now and always.
You need flying socks.
Good.
And we're back. Apologies, Randor95. I totally missed that the highlight video had finished. I
haven't been on the stream. I haven't
That's
been watching.
that blitzed through really quickly.
I'm ready to.
Oh, it's random.
Let's take a bath.
Randor95. Do you know Randor?
Hmm.
Oh, okay, cool.
How nice.
Dirty streams.
Cool.
That's really sweet. Thank you for
That's
joining us. Yeah.
We're sharing.
Okay, so we're back. You guys have left the bathhouse having had your various degrees of cleansing and/or aromatherapic. Okay. Experiences.
Neat.
Thank
Nothing
you.
happens.
Are we back visually,
Love it.
or do I need to refresh?
It's got a bit of a delay.
Bit of a
Okay.
It's
delay.
also buffering every now and then, but I don't know if that's just me.
I'll refresh. I might need to fix it.
That might be my end, actually, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think it had to do with the fact that the video highlight reel was 10 minutes long and we'd been off break for more than 10 minutes, so people were like,
Whoops.
yeah, my bad.
Womp womp.
It's okay.
Anyway, you guys have left the bathhouse. That would have taken an hour, a couple of hours by the time that Brüz and Ella were finished, including your time walking around the town, visiting the shops and the tavern. It's probably coming to mid-afternoon at this point, so you could take it easy. You're looking a lot better now that you've cleaned the worst of the battle sort of carnage off of yourself. You're feeling a bit more fresh. What would you guys like to do before Hostile Calnia this evening?
So much better
Mm-hmm.
to just be clean.
Yeah. Oh, while we're just around, Kyro did want to ask Yao a question.
Go for it.
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
what's a good way to be out of your way when you're casting magic at people?
Right.
That hurts.
Apologies about
specifically.
that. I try to.
No, it's
heal
okay. I was in the
back
way.
up after.
Just... No, I was in the way. Is there a good way to know how to
Generally,
not be in the
it
way?
would be about 15 feet in front of me and to the side. Is
Okay.
the thunder wave, I believe. It's 15 feet, give or take. Don't know what other spells that could hurt like that.
Okay, so if I'm 15 feet away from you, what's that?
You could be in the range.
Maybe it's just unavoidable. I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not able to bend magic like some people.
Okay.
Looking at you, sorcerers, with your sorcerer points.
Well,
Somewhere in the ethereal distance, you hear
I'll
an
keep it in
ancient
mind.
old dragonborn going.
I'll try to keep it in mind, but
Yeah,
things
sorry about
happen.
that. I try to heal up before or after it goes down.
Yeah, it's okay. I just, if I can help it, I'd like to try to do better.
And I tend to do it when there's like a big group of them together in that space because
Right, so
knock 'em all
go
back.
after people who aren't in a big group. I
probably
can handle
ideal,
that.
yeah, because I can blast.
Sometimes there's not
the
much of a
group.
choice, but
Oh yeah, as is the way with combat.
but if
yeah,
I do have a choice, I will choose to get out of your way.
Probably a good one because I will probably try and control the crowd, as it were, and fuck up anybody that comes in within 5 feet of me, or 15 feet is the
pretty
spell
good.
allows. Yeah, sorry man, I didn't mean to hurt you.
No, it's fine. I just, like I said, if I can do a better...
How
Then-
is Kyro looking? Kyro is full. Okay.
Yeah, no, Kiro's fine now.
Okay.
He's just like trying to be like, it's happened twice, which means it's a pattern, so if I can fix whatever I'm doing wrong as to avoid taking more hits, that's good. Because the more hits I take, the more I have to be healed, so...
Makes sense.
I mean, assuming you want me to continue being alive, which I do.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's kind of one of those. There was a lot of them in the area, and
no, it's a
they
good
were coming out the
strategy.
doors.
Don't hesitate if I'm in the way. Still do the spell. I'm just trying to understand how it works better, so I can try to not be in the way. Is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Like, definitely cast the spell if it's necessary.
Okay.
Because it has been pretty useful, I think.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
Glad it seems to be coming across that way.
Of course. I mean, the last time you knocked me unconscious, you did heal me again, so it's fine.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Oh, I did yell sorry right off, just as I cast that one, and then healed you straight away, so...
Yeah, which is good, because that way I knew you weren't trying to kill me on purpose.
Don't think I try and kill any of you on purpose.
Good.
Accidentally, however.
Yeah. I mean, being prepared for things is half of the battle.
While they're talking, Eirys would like to speak to Arthrin.
Okay. He's, you guys are, I guess you're wandering towards the tavern along the road, talking as you're going.
Probably.
Walks along, sees you approach. Hey, how's it going?
I haven't trained in a while.
I mean, not since the temple, right?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, we need to rectify that. We need to find a place to. Yeah.
Would you say to pick it back up?
I think so. I think we have some pretty neat ideas. I think they could potentially be useful.
You have a lot of talent. Got to help you learn how to use it.
That's really sweet of you, Eirys. Thanks.
She looks awkward, like, oh no, I said something nice. She's got herself off guard.
Oh dear.
I mean,
nice.
This group is crazily talented. I mean, I've become, the only reason I'm half as good as you people is because you pull me up. You help me achieve my best. That's something I'm always going to remember. Sorry.
Did you really mean what you said about you think we're becoming a family?
I did. We wouldn't be here if I meant otherwise, right? Listen. We are all carrying shit. And Anya is a bit more shit for me to carry, but that doesn't mean that none of you matter to me, and it doesn't mean that none of us, doesn't mean we don't matter to each other.
What you did
I'm guessing
back
I
in
don't know
Shrine.
what's it.
Sorry.
What you did back in Shrine took a lot of courage. And you made the right choice.
If it means we stay together, then I agree with you.
What Kyro said to you back then, that wasn't about you, that was about Kyro. You know that, right?
I know, but it's but I really appreciate hearing it. I know that's weird. Yeah.
I think that's just his way. I can't quite put my finger on it, but he didn't grow up like you and I did in our world. And
Yeah.
I don't think he means to be as harsh and cold as he is. I think that's just his way of communicating.
Yeah.
You made the right choice. You should be proud.
Hey, can I ask you something?
Mm-hmm.
It's no secret that I really struggle with Kyro. Do you have any advice? I want us to get on better. I hate the awkward silences and the pauses and like, what can I do? How can I make things better?
I may not be the best person to speak to about social advice. Try to connect less with him on an emotional level or a level of etiquette and manners, and just say things exactly how they are. Be direct and plain with him.
Direct and plain.
Don't worry about dressing things up to sound gentle or, speak your mind. I think he'll appreciate your candor.
Okay. Speak my mind.
Aww.
You don't give yourself enough credit.
I really am terrible with social situations.
You're not terrible with Kira, though.
We may have grown up in different worlds, but I guess being cold and harsh is something we have in common at times.
I'm gonna try it. Thank you.
I'm just busy talking to Yell.
Let's train later.
Yeah. You guys make your way, unless anybody has any other business. Ella, anything from you?
While we're walking, Ella wants to see if Brock is in town.
Okay.
Just looking.
You know that he studies at the academy. Do you want to divert to check in there?
I will send a message to him.
Of course you will. What will the message say?
Oh god, I've got 25 words. This is hard.
That's sweet.
Yo, Stinky Face, are you in town?
Is that it?
It's Ella, by the way. Love you lots. I'm in Farinloth.
Voice comes through back to you. Ella? Hi! Yeah. I'm still at the academy. It's so good to hear from you. I'll be at the Kalnia this evening.
Oh, he sounds sweet.
Love you.
Sweet young man.
Fantastic. That's where we'll be tonight.
Do you want to use another spell slot to send another message?
Message is a cantrip.
Oh, crumbs. Okay. I see.
Sending.
So are you
Sending.
are you like
Sorry, yeah, sending,
You have to
because I'm
send.
assuming he's more than 120 feet away.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he is. I was assuming that you were going to cast sending.
Yes.
If
yeah,
you
yeah.
try and use the cantrip, it's not going to get anywhere because you know roughly where the academy is. You could like walk right up to the academy and like point and just and hope. Yeah. But like if you want to reply to him again, you have to use another spell slot to cast sending again.
That's fine. I've got one more spell slot. I can do it again.
Okay.
And then I'm out of. Fantastic! We'll be there this evening as well. You can meet my new friends, and we can catch up.
Aw.
Sure. He replies, "That's awesome. And if you're using sending, you have got some explaining to do, sis. I'll see you there."
Awesome.
This is so
Keeps tracking
exciting.
it.
I was going to say, after we came out of the spa,
Yes.
Brüz's beard has been braided like like a dwarven braid, kind of like a multi-braid into a single plait,
looking
just to keep
good.
it all sort of neat and tidy. And his long hair has been sort of also done into 2 sort of long braids that run just along beside
It's like
his
the Cowardly
horns.
Lion from Wizard of Oz.
And then down into 2 like long braids. So he's kind of like Willie Nelson.
Very nice. You look a picture.
Oh, Ella.
Cool. So you guys wander back.
If Ella said that out loud, I want to ask her who she was talking to.
Sorry, I'll get around everybody. Nuru, have you got
Sorry.
any business you want to take care of before the evening?
Well, she's probably a great deal fluffier now that she is bathed. And she's not entirely happy about that, so she's also not
heckin' fluffers.
She's heckin' fluffers right now, and she's been trying to
Sure?
get her hair to stop fluffing, but in the meantime, I don't know, where is Kyro at?
Kira's been talking to Yell, and then Ella said out loud, "Hello, Stinky Face," and we heard her entire conversation, so he's asking
Exactly,
her,
Abby.
"Who are you talking to?"
And she
Is what he's
says,
doing
just
right
sort
now.
of in the direction of Kyro and Ella, "Hey, do either y'all have any kind of hairbrush I could borrow?"
Like a comb thing?
Yeah, that'll do, 'cause, like, I don't know. I mean, I could use my tongue, but people stare, and I'm feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah?
Can I borrow it?
Okay. Now?
Well, yeah.
Alright, he's gonna stop walking and then hand her it. And then step back up.
I just saw the picture you sent.
It's very good. Yeah, he wants to know what Ella's talking about.
So she is now brushing her fur nearby you guys.
So we're walking down the street. It's fine.
Nuru, make an animal handling check.
On
What?
self?
On self?
That's rude. Did it anyway.
I did it anyway. She needs to tame the mane.
That's
Tame
fair.
the
I
mane.
mean, you know, that could be considered animal
So,
handling.
yeah, that is a
How good are you at
11
grooming?
right now.
You do a
11?
normal job.
You
look like
you
regular.
get it somewhat under control. It might take another couple of tries, but you're doing all right.
Takes you 10 minutes.
It's her entire body, so it'll take a while.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You get started. You guys make your way back to the hostel Kaunia, and you see.
I did ask about who Ella was talking to. We don't have to roleplay it. I'm just.
No, sure. So I'm keen on making sure everybody finishes everything they want. Does anyone? Do you want to talk that through, or?
It's up to Ella. Does she respond to Kyro at all? That's all I need to like.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just like, who are you talking to?
Oh, my brother.
Oh.
Bro.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
Hey,
If she goes on, that's fine. Just.
So, when we first got here, there was like this lady that you didn't want healing from. I'm guessing y'all have some kind of history.
Yeah, that's my mother.
Oh. I understand.
Do you want to talk about it?
Not really.
Okay, I get that.
Just narrow.
And she's gonna leave it alone.
Okay. Anything from you, Yell?
I would like to talk to Eirys at some point.
You guys have the time.
She wanted to talk to you. God damn it.
That's amazing. So Kyro goes to talk to Ella and Nuru, and then Yell's like,
and then
"Oh,
we
over
kind
there."
of like, yell, trail back because I assume Eirys is at the back.
Yeah.
I have only one other topic. But yeah, go ahead.
Are we still walking or are we there yet?
We're walking.
Yeah.
This is on the way there.
Yeah.
We're all having short conversations as we're walking
At the
down the
back,
street.
just watching out.
I assume you're at the back, so yell drops in speed to get in line with you.
Hey.
Hey. How are you feeling now we're out of the frying pan, so to speak?
I can't believe we made it. Honestly. I
Yeah.
feel like I should be dead now twice over. And yet, here I am. I think I underestimated you, Yel.
Oh? How so?
I kind of thought you were just a dick, to be honest.
That's a fair assumption, to be fair. I do have very dickish qualities about me.
Barely.
You do, but back then,
It's very fun.
at times it felt like you were the only person who'd actually paid any attention to what I'd been saying. Or at least to an extent that actually influenced the decision. And I expected that from you almost least of all. And I was wrong. Thank you.
You kind of taken back for like a microsecond and just, you're welcome. I mean, you were warning us of danger. We'd be foolish not to have listened. I did my namesake, just yelled it a bit louder.
Well, you played your part in keeping us all alive, so
So
thank
did
you.
you.
for that too. Yeah.
And so did Kyro. Jesus Christ, that Minotaur.
I know. I was actually a little intimidated by that.
Yeah,
That was impressive.
it really was. Like, that was, what, 2 hits with his sword?
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
It's insane.
You're alright, Yel.
Well, I always thought you were the cool kid, but yeah, you're alright too, Eirys.
I'm not cool, I just don't talk much. And I'm mean.
Some people see that as cool.
I know. I play it to its advantage.
Smart. But are you feeling alright now that we're not in the fire as much?
Yeah. I'm feeling, liberated. For now.
There's always the for now.
They'll be back, but I think we have some time. I don't think they know where I've gone. And until we next get spotted, I suppose I'll enjoy my time being normal.
It's a good way to look at it.
I want to go get a drink.
Are you actually gonna drink it? Or just stare at it like before?
No, I want to drink.
Well, I should pre-warn you now, just so you're aware. Ella's family are going to be there too. And I'm not sure about that. Her grandfather, father, uncle,
How do you know
brother. We went to her grandfather's enchanting shop.
that? Are they all like her? Are they like her mother? How is she with them?
She's absolutely fine with that side, at least from what I saw. They are just like her.
Oh wow.
So, just so you're prepared.
I'm definitely going to need to drink.
And apparently they go big on the celebrations.
Oh, it's
So,
gonna be fun.
Alright.
It's gonna
just
be
a bit of
fun.
pre-warning might do you some good.
I will stay near the exits.
I'm sure it won't be that bad, but you never know.
We'll find out.
Raucous party, raucous party, raucous.
As long as you're doing better, we'll pat her slightly on the shoulder and just. If
She
You-
tenses, but she allows it.
I haven't even gotten that far.
if you ever wanna get that stab in, by the way, just let me know and we can spar or something.
Oh no, I'll do it when you least expect it.
I assumed as much, but Might make me less tense if I somewhat know when it's coming.
Where's the fun in that?
Mind games, right? Your whole deal. Damn, I'm out of spells. I was going to cast Sending right there and just be like, mine too.
Oh my god.
I'm out of spells, so I can't.
Only Ella can. With her message.
That's one way to draw stuff out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I've gone through everybody. If I've
More or
missed
less.
anyone, let me know.
I mean,
You go-
Brüz. Hey, Brüz, do you have any chats?
Hmm.
Walking down the street?
Nuru would like
Oh.
to real quick.
Oh, yeah, Nuru.
Nuru?
Like, yeah, she's just gonna like at some point while walking after she's like gotten most of her brushing done, she is just like, so Kyro, you're good with like poison and stuff, right? You're using like poison on them blades.
I did.
That's how you took down that Minotaur?
Yes.
Well,
It was entirely poison.
well, just cause like I can turn into poisonous animals.
Oh.
So like if you ever need like extra poison, just gotta ask. That's all I'm saying. I might need help actually getting it out of my fangs, cause usually if I turn into a snake, I don't have hands when I'm a snake, so you know.
Can you only turn into things you've seen? Or
Yeah, pretty much. I gotta, not just that, I gotta see it and understand it. So like,
Brüz leans in
I can't
and
just
says,
like look at it in a book. I've gotta know what it's like to be the thing. How to
Brüz
move
leans in and
like
says, I believe it's actually venomous, not poisonous, that a snake is.
Oh
The
yeah, that's
poison
true.
is
Yeah, you're
injected,
right. Poisonous
and
is
venom
like,
is injected.
yeah, that's
Poison's
what
and
I
venomous.
meant. That's what I meant though.
It's good to be specific, especially when you're not well. Because if you said to somebody, I've been poisoned, when you are actually suffering from a venom, the treatment would be different, you know?
I
That is
suppose so.
That's why we have a cleric in the party. Cool. Anything else?
Anywho, other thing.
Said that.
Anyway, so, I
Arthrin.
don't know how to bring this up.
Arthrin. Yeah. The NPC
I don't know how to bring this up to you, cause I don't want you to think that I'm being too judgy or anything, and I don't think you did it on purpose. But
He
like,
seems a little worried. What?
well, I was just thinking like, you like kind of hurt Arthrin's feelings earlier, right?
What? When?
Oh yeah, you don't know, huh?
Huh?
Well, like, when you were saying, like, when he was explaining that he didn't want us to die too because he cares about us like family, and then you were like, whatever, I guess you don't care about your cousin. And, like, I think, like, that hurts. Like, yeesh.
What? Why?
Cause, like, cause she's trying to be patient.
He genuinely doesn't know why that would be a hurtful thing to say.
Because you're implying that he doesn't care about his own flesh and blood, and that's bad. Like, up here, it's kind of a big deal if you don't care about your family. And I don't think that it was that he didn't care about his cousin. I think he just also cared about us and didn't want to risk a bunch of us for one cousin. He was kind of making a hard decision, and you were kind of rubbing salt in the wound. Anyway, it's really none of my business, but it just seemed like you didn't realize it. And I don't know, you're from like a cave, and I don't know how things happen in caves. So like maybe it was just a case of you weren't speaking the same language, you know?
Yes. Well,
I'm gonna leave it alone now.
no. Okay. He was gonna say things, but
You
I
can.
guess you...
What? Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, he's just very
What?
surprised.
Wait, did you want to say something?
Thanks.
Oh, welcome, I guess. Anyway, if you need venom, just let me know.
Yeah.
And here's your brush. I tried to get all the fur out of it.
Okay. He takes it.
She looks really awkward now.
Kyro has been given a lot of information that now has changed everything he feels about situations. Many situations now. Makes sense. But also... Oh no. He's going to walk quietly now.
All right.
So many feels.
You guys make
Just
your way
looks
back.
at Arthrin.
Arthrin looks back at you.
Oh no.
He isn't too far away. He isn't too far away from where you and Nuru have been talking.
What did he hear?
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh.
Nuru notices that he's nearby and then looks even more awkward, and
Kyro looks uncomfortable now.
she's like, I'm gonna go see if there's frogs in that tree over there.
I mean, we're all walking towards an inn together. This is awkward.
There's a tree. I decided that there's a tree. She
Okay,
wants to
that's fine.
check the tree for frogs.
Okay.
Make an
She
investigation
didn't mean
check.
to say frogs, she meant to say birds.
I don't think she's actually
but
going to look for anything.
She's not actually looking for anything. She
She-
meant to say
Just
birds, but it came out frogs.
As you guys approach the tavern, Arthrin opens the door and ushers everybody to go in before him.
I want to insight him.
Make an insight check.
Roll good. Okay. Goodish. Average. Oh, but 23. I got good insight.
He's clearly thinking about something to do with Kyro. He's opening the doors to you guys because he wants to express that he cares about you guys by letting you guys walk in first and by holding the door for you.
You guys probably assume that he's taken her advice on board, and it's nothing more than that. Okay.
It's finally revealed that he's actually Canadian.
Oh, Canadian, eh? It's my first ever NPC in the campaign. Canadian furball, eh? Anyway, yeah. Who was featured in every game I've represented.
Scurries into the inn.
Arthrin's going to, Kyro is going to linger last of the group. In case Arthrin, I don't know.
Arthrin kind of lets everybody go in one at a time unless anybody chooses to stay outside. And when Kyro's the last one, looks him in the eyes and he says, Kyro, I think that you're an unbelievably talented person, and I would like to be your friend.
Insight?
Make an insight check.
He's gonna try to insight this.
Make an insight check.
He's not good at it, but that's what he would try to do because this... Okay. His insight is a 12. He's suspicious.
Yeah, it's difficult to get the brunt of his intentions.
It's okay. Kyro's just like...
Yeah.
Speak your mind. That's not your mind.
He's just suspicious of this boy, but also... You're not upset.
Yes, I'm upset, but I'd like to be your friend anyway.
Why?
Because I think being your friend is more important than, you know, anything that you might say.
Okay. Well, what does that mean for you to be a friend?
I want to be your friend in that I want us to fight on the same side. I don't want to keep on giving you the impression by mistake that I have some other agenda or plan. I don't want you to feel that there's any other priority for me right now. I think that if you really thought about it, you'd know that that's not the case. That actually...
Wait, what's not the case?
I don't have any ulterior motive. I want nothing more than to travel with you guys and to get stronger and to get to know you more. I'm interested.
You feel... He doesn't quite understand exactly what you're getting at, but I think he's not going to stand in front of this inn much longer.
Yeah, let me get you a drink.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
All right.
Inside they go.
Eirys heard that. Arthrin makes his way to the bar and orders 2 ales. Slides one of them across to Kyro.
Who else is in this inn?
As you walk in, there's a couple of other patrons, but it's still relatively early evening, so Ella's family haven't got here yet. You guys make your way over, just naturally lingering towards the larger table. It fits, you all fit in this kind of wider booth with quite an amount of space to spare. And in the next half hour or so, you guys are greeted by Ella's family. So let's go through, shall we? It's you recognize.
Roll call.
Real quick though.
Yeah, go for it.
I think Kira's going to be like, we should talk more after this.
Arthrin raises his tankard of ale. Kind of grabs yours and does a little clink, gives it to you.
Okay.
He's being so patient.
That's what we do when we're drinking together. Clink the glass together. It takes a swig.
Right.
This will be on the test. Cool.
He doesn't like this comment.
That was a joke. That was a joke. I was joking. It wasn't funny.
Okay.
He
says.
Alston, Kelzu. So Alston is Ella's dad, and Kelzu is his uncle. Come in with Norman, and as he comes in, the half elf behind the bar goes, "Hey, it's Beardington." He's like, "My wife will kill me if she hears you call me that." And a few minutes later, some other younger gnomish men come in. Ella, you recognise immediately Brock and Gimbal and Zook and Fonkin. They're walking in from their day at the academy.
Oh god, there's so many.
As soon as I see Brock,
Yeah.
I am gonna run over and rugby tackle him to the ground.
Acrobatics or athletics? I don't know. You make a choice.
Don't think either of them are good for me, but acrobatics. Got more. Oh, okay. Not doing very well with the rolls. 8.
8 doesn't matter because he lets it happen. He sees you coming. He lets you kind of whoomph in, and he falls himself to the ground, and he kind of curls his body in a way that minimises the impact, and he's just like,
I give him a ruffle of hair.
and he kind of ruffles you back and roll around, and before you know it, it's a bundle of Ickleberry siblings as the boys jump on top. You guys
Just a pile of gnomes.
Just a
on the
pile
floor.
of gnomes. For everyone else in the party, it's just a bit of a exuberant celebration of kinship, I guess. And your uncle, your father, and your grandfather kind of watch on, laughing. Your Uncle Kels, who's already at the bar ordering a round of drinks for all of the young gnomish men. And it becomes a rather loud and rambunctious party. And when you guys, any tavern family reunion of the gnomish kind of variety is going to be energetic. But when they're wizards, suddenly you've got tankards flying through the air, being kind of like mage-handed around. You've got sparks flying. The windows are shutting open and closed from visitor stations. Cantrips are flying around everywhere. And, you know, the half-elf behind the bar is just almost like, as she's like doing something else, she'll just reach up and grab things that are flying from the air just because she's so used to this happening. It's an enjoyable evening, and depending on the extent to which you would wish to partake, it's 3 coppers per drink. Pay for however many drinks you would choose to have in this context.
I was going to buy Eirys an extra drink, considering they're using magic around.
Yes, it's not a pleasant evening for her.
I'm surprised that Eirys is drinking it, but I mean, Carrie's like, oh, interesting.
Well, first she wants to train with Arthrin before they get drunk.
Oh,
really?
Oh, okay.
Like a smarter thing to
During
do.
the party?
You're going to try and do that now? Okay.
Like before they show up, but then, like just for a bit, and then
Yeah, sure.
afterwards, when things start getting busy, she's gonna drink.
Ella is so kind of taken in with reuniting and regaling tales and
she's gonna be like flipping between common and gnomish, so there's gonna be a lot of like really fast talking in gnomish. It just gets louder and louder.
Nuru, you're approached by a couple of Ella's brothers who are curious to see a Tabaxi here, so you break the ice with them and share your experiences. You learn that they're kind of young mages in training at this Arcanum Academy, which is a university similar to the one in Shrine, but obviously established here in Farinloth. It's famous. The Ickleberries are a well-known family there because of their
and whatever.
Their generations.
How old are they? Are they cute?
Okay.
They're all adults.
Yeah. Fonkin, the youngest, is 50 years old, and then Zook and Gimbal are 78 and 88. Brock is 70. So gnome years wise, they're in their adulthood.
Okay. Just checking.
Anyway, meanwhile, Eirys, I'm guessing you're gonna grab Arthrin and suggest that you guys train.
Yeah, I'd probably just kind of walk up to him and quietly say like, "Now good."
What, right now?
I mean, before we get too drunk.
I mean, I'd suggest make a persuasion.
Make
Make a persuasion check.
Do what?
17.
I mean, Kyro, we were talking about training outside. I'd assumed you meant tomorrow, or like another time. I suppose now. Well, now's fine. I'm happy for now.
Is it okay?
Hey, Kyro. You want to join us?
Looks at Eirys.
Nuts.
Okay.
All right. You got to go easy on me. Kind of comes out and
What?
they step outside the front door into the main square. You get the sense from your passive insights, both of you, Arthrin wasn't anticipating training to happen tonight during this reunion. Was expecting it to be more of a social day, but he's actually kind of raring to go. He's feeling quite energized by the fact that you guys had done so well in Shrine, and he kind of turns around. He looks left. He looks right. There doesn't.
I mean, they have baths with rooms here, so.
Yeah.
She was thinking of I don't know if there's any space like behind the tavern or something, just in case the guards see and think it's like a real thing.
From just kind of walking around, you see that there are fences that kind of like there aren't any gates on these fences at either end of the inn. It wouldn't be hard to vault them, and there's a yard behind.
Okay, lesson 1: vault a fence.
You think we...
Nice.
Right.
Do you learn better from watching and doing, or by people showing you pictures, or what's...
Are you a kinesthetic learner, or...
You're a words person.
That'll be a 16. He's rolling acrobatics. He kind of smiles at you, runs at the fence, and with an 18 vaults across. His form's pretty good. He just, both of his legs, his arms vault himself up, both of his legs leave the floor, and he just vaults himself over and lands neatly on the other side.
Can you do that 10 times in a row?
No.
Oh.
Anything Eirys can see that he could improve, she will inform him, but otherwise she'll just follow.
Okay, so let's... Skills checks wise, I mean, we've done a system on the Shrine Temple whereby you were practicing working together on joint attacks. That's a cool thing that I'd like to incorporate into our game more often.
Yeah, definitely that, and also just training him up more, showing him the more roguish, or like how Eirys fights, to try and teach him new techniques and how to dodge better. And
okay.
Does he want to try flying?
Flying?
It's where you well, someone interlocks their hands and whatever. You run, step, lift, but it launches you higher than you'd normally be able to jump.
Kyro, I'll fly, you show him.
Okay.
I run Kyro.
Okay.
All right.
Each of you can make an acrobatics check, yeah.
Okay, cool.
From where you are at the in the back of the yard of this tavern, while everyone's distracted with all of the...
I crit!
I got 17.
Okay, so
He's gonna fly.
Eirys, you stand about 20 feet apart. Kyro, you put your hand in the position ready to vault Eirys. Eirys, you sprint towards. Arthrin follows you. You thrust your hands up, and the bounce, Eirys, you're not quite expecting the ferocity of it. You end up going 5, 10, 15, 20 feet in the air as the crest point, and you do a forward kind of roll, unsheath a dagger for 2 faux kind of blows, and then you land on your feet. You mean for it to be a 3-point landing, but you end up having to do a forward roll because of the ferocity of the lift was a lot more than you were expecting.
Though.
You make it look intentional,
try
yeah.
and make the daggers almost hit Arthrin, but not quite.
Okay, so you're going to release them.
I thought that's what I did.
Yeah, as you release them flying through the air, just at his feet. Easy enough. All right. Hang on.
That was excellent.
That was pretty cool. Nah, I don't have any daggers on me.
Get some.
Eirys gives him
I'll hand him one.
She's got a lot of daggers on her.
Just from various folds within the armor,
I flip one out. Eirys opens her. Whatever.
Look at my roguish interior.
They're all waist down, but she actually has equipped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 daggers.
Mm-hmm. I pull one out of my shoe.
So Eirys 1,
whatever.
Kyro 1, Arthrin takes both of them. All right. Takes up the position that Eirys was in, and he takes up his run for an acrobatics check.
When you need a secret knife.
Oh dear. Okay, what's the bonus? Acrobatics. He rolls 11. What was your roll? I guess Kyro, you're vaulting again, aren't you?
I mean, if he's running at me, sure. But if it looks like, if he's coming at me bad, I'm just gonna
It isn't as
catch him.
Yeah, it isn't as assured. You get the sense that there's a bit of a lack of confidence
This is
in
not
what
a
he's doing.
DC-10 maneuver.
No. You see. Yeah.
Eirys is also gonna hang around where he's likely to land, just in case things go south. She can help.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not even gonna launch him if he's running at me and.
It's 11, which means if you do throw him up, you're not sure if he'll stick the landing.
Nah, I'm not gonna throw him. Then he could break his leg.
As he approaches, you just stand up straight, and he almost clatters into you. Just
no,
kind of glances off your right
I'm going to use his running at me and just sort of get him into just a regular hold kind of deal, and then I'm gonna let him go.
Okay.
Switch it up.
I'm not gonna have him crash into anything. That was wrong. Try it again.
Okay.
Do you need another demonstration?
No, let me try
Maybe
again.
we could do it slower.
Again, Eirys tries to tell him maybe push off your left knee, try and aim your hips this way, like, you know, just guide
I think we're helping him, which I think grants
Help
advantage.
action. He'll take advantage because you're helping, giving him impact.
Yes.
So he's going to roll twice this time. That's better. So it's 15. So he runs up. You're more sure that he's
I'm
going
more
to.
confident this time.
It's not as proficient
Let's
as
do it.
Eirys is, but you're going to give him the vault. So roll the acrobatics check.
Okay. That's still pretty good. Let me go look at my modifier though. Oh yeah, 26.
26. You throw him, and he actually yells as you, with surprising velocity, using
I mean, with a crit, that was a.
Yeah, totally. I mean, Eirys was able to kind of deal with it. Arthrin, with less experience, gets thrown back and he goes, whoa! And he kind of like sails through the air. He keeps the daggers in his hands and takes another few steps and lands. He's like, well, I didn't stack it.
Good, your legs aren't broken.
Yep. Let's keep going. You guys continue training out in
You've
the
got to
yard.
voice that thumbs up, by the way.
Oh, he thumbs up.
Yeah, cool.
He's like, good, your legs aren't broken. That's a good sign that you're doing it right.
You guys continue training outside, benefiting each of you. And listen, it's equal XP in this campaign, guys. Everybody takes 100 XP.
That's all good.
Yeah.
Wow, sweet.
Yeah.
Just being in the vicinity.
It's
Because
a shared
we're
it's shared
cool.
XP.
You're
It's shared
cool
XP.
too.
Nuru got 100 XP because she has turned into a horse and is dancing on a table.
What? Stop that.
She,
Nonsense.
as Nuru's turned into a horse, the gnomes were taken aback at first, but have gotten into it, and the half elf behind the bar has just kind of like slowly descended to take cover, now deciding to just defend herself against the projectiles by using the bar as a kind of trench. You know?
Kira's happy to be included. This
Yeah.
is nice.
So you guys train
once
ever more
once there
fiercely.
was a horse on the table, Brüz became a
camel.
and started dancing around
Yeah.
that table.
Yeah, good.
Yell will pull out his lute and start playing music for the bar.
Is that what we walk into?
Nuru's
Maybe we should
hooves are now like percussion instruments.
Yeah. So you guys have taken over the place. Ella, God, you don't remember having such a great time. It's a wonderful family reunion. Your friends are adding entertainment and flair and magic, and it's a great evening. Yell, your passive 20 performance means that you just, my God, there are a few like other people that have come in. Some of them are chased away by the energy, but others, the younger people of Farinloth, are drawn to the tavern because of the great kind of vibe that's being generated here, and they are drooling. They're drooling. They're drooling over you, man. Like seriously, you get literally tossed 7 copper pieces and 3 silver pieces just from people just like thinking, oh, he's clearly knows what he's doing, and you just start having money thrown at you.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Just from your passive performance alone. I mean, if you wanted to really go for something, you could roll. If you wanted.
I rolled a 19, so plus 10 is 29.
Add an extra 10 gold.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Just because there's this gruff dwarf figure. What the hell are you doing, Brüz? It's a rave. Oh God, no. That's what Brüz sees all the time. You guys, you get approached by a middle-agey sort of dwarf guy who goes, "Hey, Tiefling. I don't know how much about show business, but I know you got skills. So he slips you the 10 gold, just goes, good luck to you. God bless you. He kind of staggers out of the bar. You'll never see him before.
Appreciate it very much.
Never seen him before, never will again. It's just one of those guys you see when you're on tour that just like validates your entire existence. That's the kind of guy that you perform for. Anyway, yeah. Ella, you're having a grand time until just as you're dancing to Yell's music, it's more like like barn dancing style, whereby your pairs are going around, you're dosadoing, there's making arches, which is crazy when frickin' Brüz is trying to like duck underneath the arches that gnomes are making. It makes for hilarious antics, and
very nice.
and it's
This is all
great.
very cute.
You
Brüz
kind
the
of,
camel.
yeah. You don't realize how much time has gone by, and you don't realize who it is until literally you're thrown across the room during one of these dances, and you're in the arms of Nissa, your sister.
Oh.
Did I get that right?
Yes. No, there's so many names. I forgot who.
Yeah.
There's a lovely long list, I'm sure.
And it occurs to you, you've had a few drinks by now, none of which you've paid for. You're feeling tipsy, but also that you haven't seen Nissa, and yeah.
She kind of stepped back to regain her balance.
Well,
and to kind of get out of Nissa's arms.
Yeah. Hi, Ella.
Hi, Nissa. How you doing?
I'm good. It's really good to see you.
You too.
All right. A hand grabs Nissa's shoulder from behind and pulls her backwards by a couple of feet, and your mother Orla is standing behind her. Says, "Here you are."
Mother.
Hello, Ella. It's good to see that you're safe.
Oh.
The horse has stopped dancing.
So, I suppose it's good to see you.
Come on, Nissa. But Mum, I want to stay. Nissa, we need to get back to the temple. It's past your bedtime as it is.
You know, you could just let her be herself for once.
She stops at
Let
the door.
her hair down.
She stops at the door. And
Sure, I was scared.
turns around. I'm going to say, in answer to your question,
I was gonna
Megan,
put a hand on a sword.
it's been a couple of hours by this point, so Arthrin, Kyro, and Eirys are at the bar, and they're cooling down after their training session. Eirys, you are privy to this. And actually, the dance kind of carries on a little bit, but it loses
I'd like
visible
to prepare
energy.
An action that if the mother gets violent with Ella, I'm going to probably.
Yeah.
I think get in between them.
Sure.
Like
But-
if it looks like it's going to get physical or something.
As your mother hears you call out after she ushers Nissa out of the door, she stops, Nissa beside her, and they both slowly turn around. She says, "I should have known that the first time I see you for months, you behave so appallingly."
It wasn't my choice.
We all
You
have to.
kicked me out of the family house. You told me if I was to go, to never come back. That I was not welcome.
Well, thank you for validating me. Thank you for forgetting your place.
I'm just speaking the truth, Mother.
The truth is that you've turned your back on your heritage.
I haven't. How? How have I?
Can I
not
slowly try to walk behind the mom?
Behind the mum.
Yeah.
She stood in the doorway of the tavern with her daughter
Oh,
next to her.
well, like, I guess nearer.
You can approach, yeah, and as you do so, she kind of
As
looks at you.
stealthily as
Looks
a
at you
horse
approach.
can do.
Oh, you're still a horse. She kind of sees you
Yeah.
approach,
Oh, God.
and kind of says to you, "Ella, leaving your home, traipsing across the world, and making friends with these things is a disgrace."
These things are my friends. These things have kept me alive. These things are a family to me. More than you. And you're my mother.
More's the pity. Come on, Nissa. She turns and
Oh, just do what you normally do. Turn your back on me. That's right. Just do what you've done for years.
as she walks out of the door and kind of bustles with both of her hands on Nissa's shoulders, you see Nissa kind of starting to struggle a little bit and craning back to see you, to look at you as she walks Nissa away. Nissa's unsuccessful in her attempts to get through free, and they walk off in the direction of the temple.
Ella just pinches her nose, drops her head, pinches her nose, and just walks out of the tavern.
Wow, she's scared of Ella.
Eirys follows.
Brüz hasn't
Oh, yeah.
realized and is continuing to dance.
Oh yeah, if
as a
Ella's
camel
left,
on
I'm
the
going
table.
with
Yeah.
Ella as well.
Yeah,
The dance is
Nuru
still
will
going on.
be a cat now
Yeah.
and go after Ella.
Okay.
I go with Eirys.
Sure. So
And
Eirys,
everyone, basically.
Eirys,
Whoever.
Nuru, Kyro head out after Ella. Regrettably, Yell is kind of still on music, but you can you definitely see what's going on, and you can bring your song to a close.
Oh yeah.
And as you do so, there's a round of applause, and a couple more coins get thrown your way. You're not really paying attention to them though, as your focus is on your friend.
So she's gonna go kill her mom. I don't know what's happening.
You guys head outside. Ella first, closely followed by Eirys.
Even when the music stops, Brüz continues dancing as a camel on the table. He is so lost in this now. He has not had so much fun as a camel in so long. He's just...
Brüz the camel has 2 humps. Brüz the camel has.
The kind of there's a huddle of gnome lads around the table singing that. So go, Brizzy, go! Bum bum bum.
That's excellent.
He's just like doing the running.
Yeah, the running man.
I like
Awesome.
training with Eirys management. It's so fun.
You guys head outside after Ella. Eirys, you get there first.
Where is she? Is she?
I'm right beside Eirys.
Yeah.
She's just walked on a bit. And just stopped in the road. She's just kicking dirt with her hands on her hips and just kind of just
She's only first because I will.
puffing, kind of muffled screaming. It's like she's having a bit of a kind of I am really angry, I need to hit something now kind of.
As we approach Ella, I slow down and Eirys definitely goes ahead of me. I'll stay within 30 feet.
Eirys calls out a name as she kind of approaches her.
What?
And she gives her a hug.
Wow.
Oh. She hugs back. And
She definitely feels awkward about it, but she is hugging.
Kyro is surprised a little.
You feel she's tense, and then that tension just drifts away.
I'm gonna
Start to feel that Ella's starting to come back.
close.
Would you like to talk about it?
Not really, but I suppose I have to.
That was
You don't
very
have to.
impressive.
What was it? What was Kira?
Your mom's a bitch.
Oh, you're a cat, aren't you?
Yeah, she's a cat now.
You just meow.
No, I mean like she's a.
Oh, you're a Nuru cat.
She's a Nuru cat now.
Okay.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Did you want
I'm
us
sorry
to
for
kill her?
the.
What? Yeah.
What?
Do you want us to kill your mother?
Do we have to jump to that?
I'm not asking you.
Okay, that's fair.
I know that's your sweet way of saying, do you want me to help you? But as much as my mother drives me crazy, and as much as the hatred sometimes comes out towards her, I don't want her killed, thank you.
Would you like us to acquire your sister? I assume that was your sister.
That was my sister. No, she's.
She didn't seem happy with how things went.
Yeah, but if we just acquired her, that's kind of kidnapping.
It could also be considered liberating, assuming she doesn't want to be wherever she is currently.
Well, yeah, sure, but
I
it's
kidnapped
not
Arthrin
that
and he seems
simple.
fine with it.
Arthrin sticks his head out of the tavern, just like, "It's alright, I'm fine." Goes back in.
Oh god, is he drink? Wait a minute, how much is he drinking? I wasn't supposed to let him drink. Fuck. Oh well. Not my problem.
Too
Wait,
late.
it is
Strike
my
him.
problem. Whatever. It's too late. He's already drunk.
He's an adult.
I'll
How
just
can
make
I
sure.
help you?
What if we pranked your mom?
I did.
Oh, I've done that for years. Nothing works.
Is she a cleric
She is. She's a.
of your god? Okay.
She,
Aren't clerics supposed to be, like, nice? Usually?
she.
Isn't that, like, kind of against the whole... I mean, what's her deal?
Okay. So, my mum's side, all the females are clerics. You were brought up as a cleric, nothing
That
else.
makes sense too, Kyro.
When I
Okay,
was
so
growing
she's
up-
upset that
Nuru.
you're not cleric enough?
When I was growing up, I struggled with learning. I was, in her eyes, I was slow to pick up spells, to learn things. And the way she teaches, I struggle with. That's not how I learn.
Kyro's just
When my
nodding,
sister was born, she was and is the golden child. Nissa is better than me in every single way. She learns quicker. She can easily pick things up first try, no problem. She doesn't stumble. She even her looks are better than mine. She's petite. She has blonde hair, just wavy, not this crazy mess that's mine. Her ears don't stick out.
That's a matter of opinion.
So
I think you have nice hair.
my mother threw me in the temple when I was young, because she couldn't take it anymore. So I was put in the temple very early on. And my mother tried to teach me, but she couldn't do it anymore. So I was left in the temple to be taught by the others there. Nissa is being taught by my mother.
I don't know
We
who I
have
feel
always
worse
argued. We've always argued. We have never seen eye to eye. When Mara was killed, and I suspected, well, when in her letter she was saying about don't trust anyone, get out of the temple. My mother didn't believe me. She didn't believe that something fishy was going on in the temple, and that was the last straw between the two of us. I said to her that I would go out and find answers. And my mother said that if I was to step out of the door, to never come back, and I was basically banished from the family home. So yeah, that's my mother.
But you came back?
Well, she doesn't have to go back to her house.
Can you say that again, Ella?
Farinloth is my home. It will always be my home. And the family home will always be the family home to me. But I can't go back to the family home at the moment. Not unless my mother and me patch things up big time. Which
What about your
I
father?
can't.
Yeah, all those other folks in your family seem like really swell.
Oh, they are. They are. They are. They're fantastic.
I know. I was talking to them.
My dad, my pops, has kind of always believed in me. He was the one actually who kind of sneakily try and teach me some wizardry. Even
My
though
dad too,
it was
kind
actually
of, but not wizardry.
forbidden. But yeah.
Yaks.
Could he not revoke your banishment?
Why would he be able to do that?
In my
It's
household, what my mother says goes.
Yes.
She's a
Plus,
very.
even
I
if
was
he
like,
did,
that's obvious. What?
Plus, even if he did, she'd have to hang out with Mom all the time. Like, they'd be inhabiting the same space. It'd be really awkward.
At least you'd have a choice. What were you saying?
Do you want to go back to your house?
Not at the moment, no.
Then it's fine. As long as your mother's not trying to do anything to you right now. She seemed to back down earlier, so.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem sure.
Well, whatever's going on, we've got your back on this. Right?
Thank you.
Who's Mara?
Oh. Yeah. Sorry, Kyro. I never told you about that.
No.
So my best friend was murdered in the temple.
Oh. That's unusual.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt her?
No, I just got this letter from her and that was it. So ever since then, I've been trying to find answers.
You want to figure out
And,
who
like-
arranged for her death?
And, like, Helm's like a god of protection, right? Wouldn't it be, like, kind of a big deal if someone was, like, murdered in Helm's house?
Yeah, you would think that, but no one believed me.
What, did people think that she wasn't killed? What do they think happened?
Well, I found the body, I went around to get help, and by the time we got back, there was no body. So everyone thought I was kind of going a bit crazy.
She went missing though, right?
A week later, it was announced that she was involved in a horse and cart accident.
Huh.
So that's fair. And it was announced that she was.
Yeah, that's foul play if I've ever heard of it.
And of course, my mother, being my mother, does not believe that anything could have happened in Helm. That Helm would have protected her.
Well, I mean, in a weird way, I see where she's coming from.
There are other ways to avoid the gaze of gods.
Where is this temple?
We were in it.
Oh, that place?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yell's gonna kneel down, wrap Ella in a hug.
Oh, he's here. Cool.
Yeah.
Hi, Yell.
I
That
assume
makes
that came
sense.
out during.
Yeah, definitely.
You've just been
Like, early part of
standing
this conversation.
kindly.
Yeah.
You'll be privy to all of
standing
this, man.
nearby.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'm gonna whisper in their ear. The greatest gift of life is friendship, and I've received it.
I don't know what that means.
She gave me a wooden heart inscribed with exactly that.
Did.
Does Yell say that? Oh,
I whisper it into her ear.
okay, I don't hear anything then. No problem.
She hugs him back and gives him a massive, massive squeeze to say thank you.
This is nice. What's happening?
Yay.
Yeah.
He's not certain, but okay.
So yeah, that's
This whole situation is making Nuru's whiskers itch.
So we need to figure. Well, I'm assuming that you want to find out who did this to your friend. Is that true?
I do.
Okay.
I don't want revenge. I want justice for her.
Okay.
I want the people that took her life put on trial and have a sentence carried out on them, and then and justice is served for.
The truth's gotta come out.
There are things worse than death.
How long ago did this happen?
Probably about a year or so ago.
Okay, time to start taking notes. Nuru doesn't have a notebook.
I do. My handwriting sucks.
A lot of time to cover tracks.
Well, that is true. How likely is it that whoever did this was, like, someone in your congregation? Did anyone else go missing?
She was a sage, so she researched a lot of stuff.
Did she keep notes?
Where did you find the body, and how long was the body left alone?
So I found her body because she asked me to meet her there. The study was just a mess. It looked as though there had been a struggle, and that's where I found her. I then ran to go get help. I would say I'd been gone for about maybe 15 minutes. So, body had.
That's a very short window to move a body.
When you returned, was everything put back into place? Was there any evidence left?
No, the office her study was just spick and span.
Do you think it might have been an illusion, or just someone was very fast at cleaning up?
Do you think the cleanup was an illusion?
That's what I asked just now.
Could well be.
It'd have to have been an illusion that could stand up to inspection.
So, that's true. I mean, did you check?
No, I was ushered out of the room.
By who?
The couple of the elderly clerics there.
So we can't rule out that they're not accomplices.
I mean, it'd probably be worth a shot to go try and get into her study if it's still there, and see if we can find anything.
Do you want to continue talking about this now? Out of character, how late is it?
It's 10 minutes to 11 a.m.
We gotta be careful too, because like, whoever did this, they know that she knows something, so they're gonna be more on guard now that she's back. Right?
This is the thing. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Mara never got to tell me what she found.
She had found something that would be worth killing her over, you think?
Well, she must have found something. That would
make sense, unless there was some other reason to kill her.
I didn't catch what you said. Did she keep notes?
Yeah, she would have.
Where would she have kept them in the study?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And do you know where that would have been moved once she died?
They would have. I don't know. I would. They've either kept the study in Saint Pristine, or they might have taken all of her notes and kind of put them in the storage part of the temple. So sort of like in the basement area. Maybe.
It's worth
Show us where
checking.
these two locations
The
are.
archive.
I have a question. Is there any animals on the grounds of the
Oh yeah.
that place? Any like mice or something that no one would pay attention to?
It's only been a year, so any animals that might have witnessed something would probably still be alive, right?
I mean, there's always a chance. That's why I'm asking.
Possibly.
Interesting. I don't know if animals are that smart, but
They're not, but if you know the right questions to ask, you can get some interesting info from them.
Shall we go tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
That'll be great.
I'll also.
It might be worth seeing if there's anything left in her room. Maybe she hid something and
And pay very close attention to how people interact with you if possible, because naturally whoever did this is going to try to get in your way. Assuming they're around. They might not even be in this city, but assuming it's somebody who's in your church, which it seems likely, then they'll be around still. Unless you know any. Better question is, did anyone leave, after this happened? Is a very good question.
I left.
Anyone besides you?
I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll find
that's
out.
another thing. You gotta be careful, because, like, if I was a killer and I was trying to pin it on someone else, you'd be, like, a prime person to do it. Because you, like, are the one person who knows anything, and also you disappeared soon after it happened.
No one's trying to frame her, though, because they're covering it up as an accident.
Well, yeah, but they could turn that around. Of course,
Difficult.
they'd only do that if they were, like, cornered.
Well, I haven't got arrested so far, so
It's been a year.
Yeah.
Where are we staying tonight? The garrison, or should we get rooms here?
you can get rooms here, I think.
Seems good.
Unless you wanted baths.
Oh,
I mean,
we'll
they have
baths.
baths at this inn.
Baths, baths are a part. Yeah. The inn has a bathroom that they can prepare for guests.
It's a nice inn.
2 baths in one day. How sweet.
I know.
Yeah, it comes with rooms.
Bruce is knowing.
Complimentary.
It's 7 silver pieces for a night in the inn. If no one else has any other business amidst the kind of slowly dying clamour of the patrons within.
And the camel still dancing on the table.
Eirys
Because
would like
I've been rolling the whole time at disadvantage to see if he would recognize that the music had stopped and that everybody had left and that he was just loving it as a camel so much that he has still not realized that you've all walked away. So however long this has
We
taken,
walk back.
you've walked back up to the bar and there is still a camel dancing on a table.
I'm gonna ask Arthrin to split a room with me specifically, because I still plan on talking to him later.
Arthrin is in a
Smash.
half.
He doesn't get to decide anything.
He's
I've
on
decided.
he's on one of the counter sort of stools, and he's lying in a half-conscious state, and he's murmuring to himself a nursery rhyme, and I have the words if you want to hear them.
Yes.
Lock
Yes,
the door,
always
blow
yes.
out the light. The hungry only haunts the night. Hide and tremble, little one. The only wants to have some fun. Hear it
That's
scratching on the door. See its shadow cross the floor. The sun won't rise for quite a while. Till then, beware the Oni's smile. Murmuring
What
to
a cute
himself.
little nursery rhyme.
Effectively, he's
That's not a nursery rhyme. That's a
Arthrin's
nursery
possessed.
nightmare.
That sounds like foreshadowing.
effectively
Aw.
he's murmuring a song that Eirys, you were picking up on. Like it's a
warning
it's
song.
terrible
That's
it's
sweet.
terrible lyrically, but it's got quite a jaunt to it, and it's like a well-known tavern song. So the
Yeah.
gnomes kind of took up the kind of an a cappella
Nice.
version after Yell came outside that you were picking up on. Arthrin is kind of gurgling it to himself and kind of bopping on his chair as you guys come back in, and everyone.
An ominous tavern song.
It's like a tavern. It's almost like a half children nursery rhyme, half tavern song sort of thing. It's just a well-known
okay.
set of lyrics that everybody knows.
Zonies are dangerous.
Before we do come back in,
Yes.
I'm going to give Ella another hug and then lift her up onto his shoulders and walk back that way.
That's excellent. Good.
Eirys is going to split a room with Ella if she's alright with that, and she's going to pay for it.
What makes you happy? Arthrin tosses a gold at the barkeep for a key to a room.
Excellent. I
he
don't
can't-
have to pay it once again.
He stumbles
And he
towards
overpaid.
Kyro and goes, I only played one fucking silver. It's a fucking steal. Goes up to the room.
Aw.
Oh, he's so cute.
Oh, Arthrin. That's a great deal.
And then
Do you want to go to sleep?
to?
I don't know. I'm asking.
We can chill if you want. Do you mind if I lie down while we do?
Yes. I mean, you can.
okay.
I didn't mean whatever. You're drunk. It's fine.
What do you want to talk about?
We're gonna talk later, right?
Yeah, cool.
Unless you want to talk now. We can talk about whatever it is you want.
I think you're in the room.
Yeah, we're in the
We've
room
got-
at this
we've gone
point.
into the room, yeah.
I've led him to his room that I'm also going to stay in because nice freedom for me.
As you're asking, as you say, you can talk about whatever you want. You hear.
Yep. That makes sense.
You guys take your long rest.
I'll probably zone out for 4 hours and then wake up and then wait for him to wake up.
Brüz is just now come to realize that people are missing. And I think as the spell has worn off, like the hour later, he's sort of come back and he's sort of just, oh, where's everybody gone?
I mean, Nuru is still in the tavern, right?
Oh, that looks a comfortable chair. And he finds a chair in the dark corner of the bar. And just sits down, flicks his hood on to the darkest sort of shadowy colour he can muck,
Nice.
and nods off.
Does he all have to pay for his own room by himself?
No, and he never will.
Oh, that's right. He's a bard. Yay! Good for you. Because you played at the inn. That's right.
Nice.
Bards had that nice perk. I have the perk of having
You
a
guys-
friend who's drunk.
That's true.
Yeah.
You guys take a long rest, and we will end the session.
Excellent.
Okay.
Well played,
Mm-hmm.
and thank you.
Kira and Arthur are going to talk tomorrow.
Zoe, my feels.
That was beautiful. That was so good. Everything was so
Yay!
sweet and nice today. Oh.
I
I mean,
know.
the
that
mom was
scene.
mean, but
I mean, yeah, but we all think she's mean.
it's
That went
true.
from a
it's
roller
okay.
coaster of like wholesome and sweet to like drama and stress. I can't handle the change.
It was
Yeah.
great.
One to the other.
I loved that. That was so good.
That
And
was
Kira,
so well role
Kira
played.
relates to Ella and her interactions with her family to some extent, at least with her mom.
Oh, yikes.
Anyway,
That's just
really
her mom
cool.
doesn't seem that bad, honestly. She didn't kill her or anything.
Oh, no.
What? I mean, no. I just mean like, no.
It could be much worse. Like, she's not
Listen.
trying to.
No. I just mean.
Did dropping all the things.
I don't like her. And I don't think she's good. I just mean, like, it's nice that nothing really bad happened.
She gets a could have been worse sticker.
I mean, she could have taken Ella somewhere, and I mean, I wasn't going to let her, specifically to avoid that type of thing from happening. Anyway.
That's fair.
Those are Kyro's private thoughts, so you don't need to worry about it.
I gotta say, in a returning to what we were saying in the break about the various items that we were able to peruse during our trip to Norman's shop. Though, tell me a little bit more about the winged boot thing again.
The winged boots, they just allow you to. They give you a flying speed equal to your movement speed.
Right, so I get a 30 feet of flying speed, and it's for like 4 hours a day.
It's for 4 continuous hours.
Of like...
You need to not use them for 12 hours, so it's not a case of short and long rests, it's a case of choosing not to use them for 12 hours in order to get more time back.
Yeah, right. And what were they worth?
They were cheap, they were only 500 gold. That's right.
That should come back, right? Quicker?
Yes. I'm just remembering like the or wondering on the what do boots do on hooved feet?
That's right.
Because to me there's a very distinct line between the boots just slip onto the hoof and are magically then just giving him the ability to fly, but he has to walk around with like boots on.
Magic items tend to size themselves to the wearer.
Or if they magically somehow turn into a boot, in which case I need to take some time imagining that before I think I'm happy as to whether or not Brüz would actually be down for wearing footwear.
I think Megan's right in that enchanted armor sizes itself to the wearer. So surely the same, any magical enchantment on any item of clothing must follow the same logic. That's
the same size category approximately.
Yeah, totally. So a boot would maybe slide onto your hoof and become more of a, I don't know, sack?
Wraps.
Wraps?
It'd probably become like wraps or even a horseshoe or whatever
fits
your hooves. Whatever fits his hooves.
It's a cloven hoof. It doesn't work.
Not that then.
That'd be so uncomfortable.
This is what a DM has to do. A DM has to know what a cloven hoof is.
It's
I
like
will send you pictures. I have many.
It's with goats and other creatures of that nature.
It's like a split hoof.
It splits
like
in twain, so there are like 2 smaller hooves that make up the larger hoof.
Okay.
You should send him a picture.
Send me a picture.
Yeah, it's goats are a good example.
Unsurprisingly researched.
I'm going to end the stream now because I need to sleep.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
everyone. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, well done.
People potentially.
Yes, there are. Thank you for dealing with the stream being so laggy. I'm going to try and look into why and stop doing what I'm doing to make it lag. Listen, we're very much in love with this campaign. I am in love with this campaign. I was having, honestly, a really crap day, and now I feel a lot better. Thank you all so much.
Sweet episode too.
God bless you all. It was really lovely. Have a wonderful evening.
Indeed.
Don't forget to love each other. And Monday in 2 weeks' time, we are on for the 16th of March. See us then. Same time, same place. God bless you all.
See you then, James's mum.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Ah. Arthrin, good to see you again. Hello, Trent. Would it be another ale, the same as always? Yeah, set it up. 3 copper, same as always. I take it that you'll take your usual place. Yep, just me and my ale in the court. The booth seems to be taken. Well, so it does. Well, I suppose you could always sit somewhere else. I'm gonna head over there. Oh, Arthur, wait.
Hey! The wee bug was rolling around the floor.
Gentlemen, huh? The day's been long and I'm in need of rest. I'd love to sit here.
Well, excuse you, pretty boy. As you can see that we've got this booth for ourselves, you're gonna have to move on.
Listen, I just really like this booth, alright?
I said, move on.
I'll move on when you leave.
Hey, we're not going to have any trouble in here. Take it outside, or put an end to it.
You should listen to the Dragonborn, wee lad. Or I'll fuck you up.
That's right. Keep on fucking walking.
Oh, Arthrin, my boy. What on earth's wrong?
My dearest Bartholomew, how I miss you. These lonely days have passed without incident, and the towers of Valen's Kier rise so high in the sky, yet so detached from the mire below. I wish so much for us to be together, but the only way we can contact each other is through shadowy deals made with roguish delivery boys who have more courage than sense. I urge you to make your way to Valen's Kier so we can meet. I don't care what my father says.
What are you doing? Whoa! Whoa! Calm down!
Oh, Arthrin.
What were you doing? Were you reading something?
Doesn't matter what I was doing.
Is that the letter?
No.
It is, isn't it?
No.
I bet it is.
It isn't.
So, what is it then?
It's nothing.
Are you sure it's nothing? Because it looks to me like you're reading this letter. Are you hoping for a romantic story of 2 star-crossed lovers or something? I wouldn't have thought it of you, Eirys. Or not! Or not!
You didn't see this.
I didn't see this.
This never happened.
Right! Never happened. Absolutely.
Go back to sleep.
Back to sleep. Uh-huh. Yep. Whew. Okay. I'm just gonna... Well... Yeah.
Yours, now and always.